Hey, brother, you got some comments? Is it cool if I adjust? Somebody want to adjust?
Check 1, 1, 2. I can hear you, dude.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
What I'm supposed to be hearing right now? I can't hear no music. Yo, ain't around right now, bro. Hey, bro.
Let me switch that up.
Thanks for the comments, brother. It's time to get it back.
DPZ cooking fucking heat.
Welcome. It's that time again. Northside Plug.
It's that time for Northside Plug.
Northside Plug. Welcome everybody to another wonderful Thursday night. Thank you all for tuning in as always.
Thursday already?
Sir.
This week actually went by super fast, and I kind of liked it. Not gonna lie. It was pretty nice.
Turned 24 on Tuesday. You feel me?
Yeah.
Had to get it popping. Appreciate you, man.
Do anything special for your birthday?
No, not really, man. I worked, got some money, and I had some dinner with my family and stuff. But other than that, no, man, just living, grinding. You feel me?
Feel that.
Well, welcome back, everybody. Tuning in like always. Northside Plug on Q4 Radio.
We've got a loaded show today. We got a lot of guests here today.
Got a full house.
We got a full house.
Yeah.
Full house here in the studio today. Of course, we got Banz.
Free bands.
We got Banz. We got Nyce. We got London. And we got T. How's everyone doing? Welcome you all to the studio.
What's up?
Man,
What's
How
up?
y'all feeling on Northside Plug?
Of course, we're excited to have you all here. I mean,
Glad we have enough chairs, man. Enough space, bro.
afraid we weren't gonna have enough chairs for this.
Yeah,
We lit.
Quick backdrop for y'all. Just history lesson about Northside Plug. So last year we were at a different radio station, and it was probably like where y'all are sitting to the wall. That was the whole station. You feel me?
Right.
So there would probably be no way that we could have all y'all in here tonight.
Absolutely
you feel me?
not.
So,
We would have never. That would have been.
We all come from
We'd have been
someplace.
double decking. Like you guys would have to reach over someone's shoulders for one of the microphones.
You big, so I know you probably have an uncomfortable
Dan
situation.
took up half the other studio.
Yeah, dude, I took the short side of this thing. I was like, I'm gonna stay here. No one can come in or out of this direction because it was such like right here.
Mm-hmm.
Man. But man, we upgraded, so we have plenty of space to bring all these guests in today, and we're really excited.
We definitely are.
As always, make sure you check out q4radio.org. Check out all the other shows that are here. So many great shows that play here all week. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I just tweeted out the YouTube link, so Twitter's going to start rolling soon. I promise you.
Tweet.
The Twitter is going to get going.
But yeah,
As always, and if you want to call in, we back-to-back weeks of callers. I'd love to get some more callers and just talk to all of our wonderful guests here tonight. That's 312-985-7834. Again, that's 312-985-7834.
Yes. I got a quick question before. So are y'all like a collective or are y'all individual artists?
Individual artists.
Okay, for sure. Because I just want to figure out how to address y'all.
We a team though.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright,
we definitely a team.
Mhm.
But we individual artists. Everybody got their own profile.
All right, for sure. Well, we're gonna get into the interview. Definitely, we're gonna start off though with Boss Dan's sports segment, and he's gonna tip us off. We're gonna talk about some the hottest topics in sports these days.
Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
so
damn.
we're gonna
Take
get
it
to
away.
we're gonna get to the NBA eventually. I definitely want to get there because the season starts next week. I just have to, as the baseball fan, fan of me, I just want to talk about
Baseball.
how the Cardinals just like
Blew it.
blew it. They blew it. They honestly did. And
I'm
honestly,
happy they did
to
too.
be fair, the Nationals red hot. Like they got hot at the right time. They beat the Dodgers, who had the best record in the National League. I didn't think the Cardinals stood a chance after the Nationals took both games in St. Louis. It's going to be tough for them to beat whoever wins the AL. Thank God the Yankees are losing right now.
Look,
Thank God.
Man,
The way the
Let's go
Nationals-
Astros.
the way the-
Bombers,
No,
the way the
I'm
Nationals-
sick of you saying this. I'm not having it, dude.
listen,
No
listen.
Yankees.
the way the Nationals came from the wild card to rise to the pennant
Love to
spot,
see
man,
that.
Like this,
Love
this
that.
is
bro.
this is amazing. I appreciate that, especially considering that they threw the Cardinals under the bus and ran them over twice or 3 or 4 times. Easy, especially at their own crib. So thank you.
Exactly.
That was gonna
Cubs
be my
fan, by the
question.
way.
Boss Dan, what is going on in Bryce
Showtime.
Harper's mind right now, man?
a lot of money. A lot of years.
That's all you had to say. Money
And
was
yeah, exactly. He's getting
last
paid.
thing.
He's getting paid at least $30 million for the next 13 years. I think he's feeling okay, but there is that part in you as a baseball player, like you need to get to the World Series. Like the true test of greatness is winning those championships in any sport. So for him to not reach that, and like him for leaving, being a major part of that team, leaving to go to a division rival, and they make it to the World Series.
Yeah.
It's just it saved the Nationals saved however $30 million they could spend instead of spending on one player. They were able to spread it out to get Patrick Corbin and a couple other key pieces that kind of allow them to have a well-rounded team.
It's that money ball, man.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That money ball worked for him, and I can appreciate that. However, you can't knock the talent that he brings. You know, it's a
Absolutely.
but the
I
Nationals.
love watching Bryce Harper play.
Yeah, Bryce, you know, he's doing his thing too as well. It's not like he had a bad year or nothing like that. He just didn't have the team around him to take it to the next level.
Tough
But
division.
I'm
But-
supposed to be knowing what y'all talking about because I love baseball. But
Yeah.
see, I'm a White Sox fan, and I
Yes,
gotta
sir.
ask y'all, what did the White Sox even do this year?
Not well.
White
I mean,
Sox,
Dan will know
they got
but
better.
didn't.
Hey, they got better.
Hey,
They got better. I mean,
one
What was
word,
their record?
postseason.
What was
They
their
did.
record?
their record. I think they I don't think they were above 500,
like
but they were in
about-
the 70s though.
Yeah,
so
they
they weren't
were about
awful.
13, 14 games under 500.
Yeah.
So they weren't awful.
No.
I got the wrong colors on today and everything.
It's all good.
Work
It's
it
all
out.
good.
We work it out.
It's but I mean, they're a young team. I've said this multiple times on the show. I think the White Sox in a couple years are gonna be
Yeah, nah,
great.
bro,
White
I need
Sox-
something to get me back into it, bro. Cause
Yeah.
like I have no interest in it anymore. Like I used to love baseball. For real. I used to sit like and actually watch it. I played baseball. All my life.
okay. Yeah.
What position you play?
I played everything. I ended up playing in high school when I stopped. I was a shortstop, second
Okay.
base.
Dope. Yeah.
And I mean that was like my first love, man.
Absolutely.
And not for real, like, and I
same.
just completely just stopped watching everything. Just
It happens.
all the Chicago teams, just I don't know, man. They gotta get it
Well, the
together.
White Sox
They
got
gotta
one of
get
the
something
best.
to get my interest.
young-
Man. Like the Bears, they see I could watch football now because it's
Right.
like something I could hope for. But I mean, even that. See, I was just interested the other day so we can get Cam. Man, I don't know. I don't want to get too far ahead of this conversation. Let me stop.
That's a good point, though.
Yeah,
I kind of want to circle back to that. I like that thought. Let's circle back.
Let's
Circle back. But then again, no.
Kyle is killing them right
just
now.
like to end it on the White Sox, I think with all the young talent they have, Young Mancada, Eloy Jimenez had a great rookie year. Kopech, when he recovers from surgery, I think they're going to have plenty of young talent. And Lucas Giolito had a great year too. I mean, they're a young team that's going to get there. And the division's not that strong. I mean, the Twins won 100 games, but they got killed by the Yankees in the first round. Like, I think that, and like the Tigers and the Royals are abysmal. So like, I think this division can be pretty wide open over the next couple of years, and the White Sox can be that team to kind of take it over for a few years. And
see, that's what I want.
The White Sox are.
There you go.
I feel like the White Sox are in a position where the Cubs were at after Theo Epstein took over that first year.
My boy Theo, shouts out. I agree.
I believe that they made the right moves, and I believe that they're heading in the right direction. They got a bunch of young, good talent, and it's about to go down. Chi-Town.
It's about to go down on the south side.
He said it right now.
White Sox versus Cubs in the championship World Series next year. Let's do it.
Sign it. Nice. Put it in ink. Sign it.
I think
there it is.
If that were to happen, that may be because I mean it did happen 1920s or something. But if that were to happen now in today's day, I think that may be one, at least in terms of American sports, one of the best like overall sporting events to have.
Absolutely,
absolutely. Alone,
Like that alone.
Bro,
Chicago would be on fire though.
Nah, see, you got to take advantage of Chicago for real. Chicago is just like becoming a real wasted resource in the sports industry. Like, see, that's the thing. See, I believe a lot of sports is rigged. Yeah. So they need to start rigging stuff for Chicago so we can start getting this money.
They rig everything else.
Bro. I'm serious, man. Like, it's a lot of you got to take advantage of this. They want to, it's a lot to see about Chicago. It's a lot to see about Chicago, but you got to see where the money is, and there's a lot of money out here that they not taking advantage of. Every Chicago team needs to be like lit. That's facts, like real talk, bro. You bring let's talk about football. Bro. We need to talk about it. I ain't gonna lie. We got to talk
basketball.
About we in here. For real, I'm stuck on the Cam.
All right. Now we'll go to that now. What are your thoughts? What do you think that? What would you give up to get Cam?
All right. See, I couldn't get that deep into it.
Okay, but all right. So you're not on. I can get being that deep. Patriots fan, I haven't had quarterback issues for the past 20 years. Just swinging.
Even before that, y'all had Drew Bledsoe.
Check it out.
So like, what are your thoughts on Mitch?
Since you said that, see, I'm 23 and I ain't seen a good quarterback. Period. We have
not even Jay.
Man.
Man. Don't do that.
Get out of here.
Don't do that.
Get out of here, bro.
sorry. I'm
now
out of here.
Now you poking fun. Don't do that.
Smoking Jay, baby.
Come on, man.
No, Jay Cutler actually broke some records.
See,
for
look,
Chicago,
and like Mitch, it's nothing.
It's
It's nothing wrong with Mitch, bro. But see, it's just certain things you can't teach. Mitch could never be Cam, and I don't care what he could be hurt. He just got that Cam in him. Like, he was an MVP before. He went to the Super Bowl. A young one, like a real young one.
He was.
Come on, bro.
But let me say this about Cam, though. Before we go any further about Cam, Mitch, something that Mitch and Cam share in common is the inability to read the field before the snap. And that is what held both of them back in the process of their development. Mitch being in the year 3, we think that he should be excelling, you know what I'm saying? I mean, but he's not because he can't read the field before the snap. And Cam had the same issue, and he still has the same issue in year 8, 9? What year is it? He's old.
Yeah, he's been
I think it's 9.
See, look, the way I'm looking at it
with Auburn in like 2010.
The way I'm looking at it, because I'm not an analyst, I just like see greatness. That's a fact. Real talk. It's a lot of greatness that you can just instantly see in Cam that Mitch got a long way to get to. Like that confidence, that confirmation. Like, it's certain things that Cam ain't gonna be scared to do because he done made the mistakes already. Mitch ain't seen a lot of pressure. He ain't let his team down yet. He ain't been through enough stuff. Like, Cam done been through enough stuff. And I say you bring somebody like that to Chicago who understand like the tough culture. Like, every Chicago team is just like they really down for the cause for real. They with it. Every Chicago team is always with it. You bring somebody like Cam into that. And that's the thing. I don't know too much, but I just like that. That's
okay.
I like the sound of that.
No, you're right, and it's just like I feel like the overall just vibe that Chicago sports gives is grit, you know, hustle. That's where
Right.
we come from, you know. So
and that'll match just so
feel you.
well, you know. And then it's a
Exactly.
quarterback. He would instantly just walk into being the best quarterback we ever had, hands down. Real talk. They would love him. The city will accept him.
This is
Cam, if you watching this,
And for example, like,
we love you.
Per-
bro.
He does.
and
For real.
and to go on like the opposite of that, personally, why I wasn't a fan of Jay Cutler being on the Bears is it just like it felt like he didn't have that passion. It felt like he didn't have that grit.
Fact.
And you
Not
seen
knocking
it.
him out
Fact.
as he was a great or a really good quarterback.
Jay
you
Cutler's
feel
the
me?
opposite of
But
passion.
We just didn't see it like in the first
He was
year
passive.
or the
Yeah.
first couple years.
Passive.
He showed it though.
A passive passer.
Yeah,
Jay Cutler.
passive.
Yeah.
That's exactly
The
what
That's why
talent
you
was
can't
there.
bring him up. That's
you always
crazy.
tell like before the snap to count. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jay was never in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Mitch, at least he has that like drive through his college years. But I will say on Cam though, like even though he's got that loss, he's got that Super Bowl experience. I feel like he could rise above it just because it was just like he got shut down by the defense completely. The whole game was won by the Broncos defense in that Super Bowl.
Definitely wasn't won by Peyton Manning.
Let me break it down for you real quick because this is a very, very high topic on my radar right here.
I love it. I love it.
High topics
when it
on
comes
the
to Chicago and the quarterback situation, I haven't lost all faith in Trubisky first and foremost, but I do believe that Trubisky needs some fire under his behind.
Right. See, I love Trubisky. I really do.
but take this.
Yeah.
In order to put fire under his behind, you need to put somebody in place to put fire under his behind. And the Bears haven't done that with Chase Daniels backing him up.
But see, do you want to take
What
the
needs to
time to
happen-
do that, or do you want to just go get Cam?
You can.
Just go
You know
get
what?
Cam.
This is what it is, right? Because Trubisky's contract year is in after next year. You're all right. So he has this year and he has next year under the contract with little money paid to him.
Because it's still his rookie contract.
It's still his rookie contract.
Right, yeah.
So with that being said, we can go the route of a proven quarterback that can come in here and do what he do, or we can go and dive into the quarterback pool in this next draft class. You know what I'm saying? We have a couple quarterbacks that is primed to do something in the league, and you never know what can happen. You know, it could be something special that happens with one of these quarterbacks. Who knows?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, either way can work. I just know that we need some fire under Trubisky's behind to make him strive even further and stop being scared of what's ahead of him and be scared of what's behind him. You know?
Yeah, that's very well said.
Y'all heard London.
Go ahead, speak your piece.
London confirmed it. She said exactly.
That's the truth.
I
I'm
feel
trying
like
to hit nothing else.
I feel like the situation with like Chris Dunn on the Bull, it's a similar situation in the sense that like if they had like not a superstar but like a young proactive talent come in and kind of take his spot, you know what I mean? And it's
That's why we
hard for me
snoozed
to
on D Rose, bro.
Kobe White, bro. I mean, like
Kobe White is a beast.
No, I agree.
29
Kobe
tonight,
White,
boy.
and to be honest,
Talking about.
I'd probably start Kobe White to be honest.
honestly.
But what's it called? I guess we have
Satoransky's
faith.
pretty
Exactly, we got faith in Satoransky, so we'll see.
You
We'll
know,
see for
like,
sure.
Are you switching to Bulls now?
It's just
It's
flowing,
me, bro.
man.
I
It's just
I
flowing.
talk basketball, bro. So I'm gonna make those illusions.
Yeah,
those
that's me
parallels.
too. I talk basketball.
Same way I feel about the Sox is the same way I feel about the Bulls. I need something.
I'm all
need something to
Chicago
get
all
excited
day,
about.
every day.
We
Something.
got a young unit, though. Like, I mean, Laurie's great. I feel I've
Man,
been saying that.
listen.
Do y'all
I've
see the
been
playoffs
saying-
in our future?
We need to trade
this
Zach
year.
while he still has trade value.
No.
No.
I'll stop there then. I'll stop.
All right, Dan
No,
left.
you
Let me
don't.
tell
No.
you
Dan
why
had to
not.
leave.
Let
Now
me tell you
Justin
why
has
not.
to leave.
No.
Hey, Justin, bro. Like, let me tell you why not, right? A lot of people have been counting my boy Levine out for a very long time, ever since he was with Minnesota.
Yeah.
They've been counting him out. He came to Chicago and he had the opportunity to shine. And he came after ACL injury. And then he picked it up. Last year, he scored the most points in his career average-wise. Not to mention the most assists he averaged in the season and the most rebounds he averaged in the season. So he upped all of his levels. Now, in the preseason alone, he's been the most efficient that he's ever played in his life. So with that being said, I believe that we need to really push forward on him being the number one scorer on this team.
Exactly.
You can see him being the player that we build the team around and make a push deep into the playoffs with.
Oh, I absolutely
100%.
agree.
Because like I can envision 7th, 8th seed. I can see them making the playoffs. Personally, I'm nothing against Zach LaVine. It's just like I feel like for the trade value that he has, because he's at the peak in his career, like he's in the prime of his career, and if we're gonna have the depth that say like the Boston Celtics have, getting these new young players to really flesh out the rest of our roster. He's our prime trade piece.
But Zach is young himself, and the thing is, like,
24.
Since we made that, since we made that trade, like, to be honest, and the reason like why he's going so crazy right now, this is his first time basically with the Bulls being 100%.
Fact.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Super fact.
Laurie's fully healthy now.
Yeah, he barely played. No, basically last year was his first year, right? With us?
No, that was his second year.
It was his second year. But regardless, he was coming off that injury. He was still trying to find himself. So this year we've got a confident Zach. We got Laurie coming off he doesn't have his injury. Wendell's looking good. We got a full
Kobe
squad.
White,
Kobe White,
that's
man.
what
like
they
Otto
sleep
Porter,
on.
bro.
I love the Kobe White pick. I think
Kobe White, he scored 29 today. He scored 29, had 4 or 5 assists. He's been killing in preseason. You know, he killed in the summer league, and they was tripping because he went for 3 for 30 on 3-pointers, but he's been actually averaging about a 35% clip on 3-pointers this year in his preseason.
Yeah,
which is a good number. It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah,
you know,
rookie,
I believe that they have a team stacked with limitless potential because they're young, they're primed, and they're ready to make it to the next level.
They're hungry too.
They're hungry and they're super young, which I think is really important in this league nowadays. Just be very young. Yeah, and like it, and they don't have. And there's like you could say LaVine is like would you call it LaVine like a superstar, but he is like the star of the team,
taking the next step.
Right, he can take that next step to become a superstar, and he has so much young talent behind him to support him that I think that the Bulls can like vastly improve from last.
Love him, still don't believe him.
You know who
you don't believe it.
You know who
exactly, bro.
Hey, you know who
hold on.
reminds me of, though?
See, let me say this because I know my man's over here itching. Because I said it before anybody else said.
Say it.
That's a LeBron.
Tell it to Zach. Come on now.
You know, that's a LeBron.
Come on now.
That's a LeBron fan. But look, when you got a LeBron fan like with you every day, you realize like, yeah. The league needs superstars. No, I'm talking about not even superstars. The league needs LeBrons, ADs.
Yeah,
because they just so happen to be on the same team.
Man,
you need Kawhis, and you need all these people at the same time in the same place.
Exactly.
And the Bulls are so far away from that.
Yeah. Cause this sounds like a foreign language to me, man.
What y'all talking about, and I love the Bulls. I love.
Man, listen, this conversation
that's what I'm talking about right now is like what.
It's like
y'all just
that's what they be talking about at the bottom.
Everything. But you know what? Everybody got to start from somewhere. What was LeBron last year?
But I don't like that. See the thing about Chicago though. I don't like the front office.
The first playoffs he missed in what 9-10 years. Like, come on, where was LeBron at last year? Let's remember that you got to start somewhere. You feel me?
That's true, but still, it's LeBron, bro.
And what happened with LeBron the first 2 years in this league?
No, though, you got faith in LeBron.
No playoffs. The third year, he finally got Shaq.
So what you trying to say?
Finals.
So what you trying to say?
And that's what happened.
You can't compare LeBron.
So what you say?
Zach
Wait. So what
Chicago
you saying?
versus LeBron. That's what I got.
What are you saying?
Look, bro, I can get excited about LeBron.
It ain't gotta be like that, but we done had to beat on y'all a couple times, man.
Greatness materializes over time.
I try not to
I
be
can
like
get excited about LeBron at 40. I can't get excited about Zach LaVine in 2019.
I'm not saying do that. What I'm saying is Zach LaVine is in a position, a really good position right now to take his game to the next level with a team that can grow with him and he can lead.
That's true.
It reminds me of James Harden when he went to Houston. The scoring ability, and what did they say about James? Oh, he lacks defense. Oh, he just shoots threes. Oh, he does. No,
I believe in Zach LaVine. I think.
I'm not saying I don't believe in him, but I gotta pray.
I believe in him. I actually do believe in him.
I feel like first
since the dunk contest,
goal number 1 is just to make it to the playoffs. I feel like a whole new perspective will kind of like shift into gear the moment that happens. I mean, how many years has it been since we?
Couple
years.
Yeah.
Since the alphas.
Didn't they make it when they had Rondo and Wade?
Yeah.
It was 2017.
But they haven't made
They
it
were supposed to win that series
Zach.
against the
They
Celtics.
haven't made
bro.
it. Zach's
I'm
been
blown
gone.
still.
No fault to him. But I feel like he could elevate his game to the next level given that opportunity. I mean, did he make the playoffs with the Timbs at all?
Who?
No.
So he hasn't made a playoffs.
The Timberwolves only made it because Jimmy went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Hate to admit.
They did get smacked.
See, going back to what I'm seeing what he's saying though.
Yeah.
The thing with he's saying is that like the Bulls, they have a good time to set like win in the future, where like he's like win it now.
No, I'm not even saying winning now. It's just like I'm not gonna be here for it if y'all not winning now.
Right. You out of the loop. You out of the loop. You out of the loop right now.
I can't say nothing. I can't talk I
Chicago.
can't even argue against him.
But you don't have those superstars like a LeBron or like a Giannis or like a
because I'm a stump
like
on you
Kyrie
coming
or
with
anyone
that
else like any superstar.
For the past 10 years, no,
I'm with Chicago beat LA this year.
Since when? Like
wait, what did he say? I heard something. I heard something. What was it?
Talking about Levine putting up 40 on LeBron. That's what I'm talking about.
What, a gun? 40 what?
Levine with 40 and marketing with 20.
What type of 40? Come on now, man. What type of 2K?
Not just
they
say
play LA and
wrong.
they play.
I don't know. You the ring. Hey, you need to take. If that happened on 2K, you need to take it back.
I'll do it on 2K.
If that happened on the game, you need to take it back.
I believe it happened, but I also believe they probably lost that game.
Lakers here.
Lakers
are in Chicago
November
5th.
No.
November 5th. November 5th. The Lakers are coming to Chicago. Write it down. 40 points.
I'm gonna circle that, and then once it come around and we do what we do, I'm gonna hit Mo up like, "What's up?"
They say November 5th,
and I'm gonna be like, and you know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna be like, "Told you." I'm gonna be like, "Told." You know what I like to do? You know my move. I don't reply till after the game.
True.
I act like I ain't even here till after the game. Then I just be like, I told you.
Now
that's when I get the call. They text me 100 times because I'm a real LeBron fan.
This is what I do with my fan base on social media, right? I bet anybody that my Bears or my Bulls can beat their team 300 push-ups.
Man, you ain't that slow. You
like 300
push-ups.
I wouldn't have said that because the
consecutive-
last bet he did some push-ups against
me.
I did.
300
I wouldn't
consecutive
have brought that
push-ups?
up right now.
I did.
Or like, can
the
I
last
do
one
like
he just did?
No, it ain't
Can I do like 10
consecutive.
sets of 30?
I do 100 at a time, and I do it live.
See, I don't know if I can do 100. I don't even know if I can. I don't know when's the last time I did a push-up.
I just got out the joint in 2017, man. I think I could go with you. I think I could go with you.
Though. Let's go ahead. November 5th, man. Let's put it on. Let's put it down right now.
Let's do it, man.
300 push-ups,
because the Bulls like to steal games, and we ain't for none of that this year. LA, the Lakers, we ain't for none of that. No Kawhi, no, none of that. The Bulls be trying to sneak a little season. No.
This is not something I forget. So let's shake on it right now so we can make it work.
Dude. It's documented. You see camera right there,
Northside plug exclusive.
Remember, he took the Bulls side.
See, I love him that same way. I'm just not.
Hey, so wait,
I do that. A gentleman's agreement.
Are we using both games or just that game? What game was it?
No, we just doing November 5th.
November 5th is the first one.
Man, y'all out, y'all.
November 5th at the United Center.
I'm gonna pray.
And we're gonna beat them back.
I'm pray for the Bulls.
Yo, I got a question.
That's the thing, though. If the Bulls lose, I'm good. If they win, I'm good because I'm gonna get my workout on anyway. You feel me?
Fair enough.
All right, man. So who do you see as the Lakers' biggest threat to winning that championship? Because to be honest, I think that the Lakers are looking pretty good in terms of winning the championship this year.
You say the biggest threat?
Mm-hmm. It could be East, West, whatever.
The Lakers.
The same
Listen,
building.
without playing a regular season game, I just off the top, I probably say the Bucks. I might say the Bucks. I wouldn't give it to the Clippers. Everybody's scared of the Clippers. I ain't scared of the Clippers.
Come on, man.
But I'll probably say the Bucks. But you said why I say that? Because they big. Do y'all know they got both of the Lopez brothers?
Yeah, buddy.
Yes. Wait though. Giannis got two little brothers that just came to the league, and they got Giannis' little brother.
Yeah, and he's
so it's two of those, and it's two Lopez.
That's a lanky team.
They got those weird names.
And that's like the advantage we got over everybody. You know, Anthony Davis, JaVale McGee, we big. We whoop on people. So that's something
Dwight Howard.
Exactly. So that's something that we can't bully them on.
Last time Kawhi played LeBron in the finals.
I'm not worried about Kawhi, man.
Last time Kawhi played LeBron in the finals, what happened?
What happened the first time?
What happened the second time?
What happened the first time? Go with your first man. What happened the first time?
The big separator for the Lakers is their playmaking ability.
Listen, all right, let me.
They're off
Facts.
ball. Well, I mean,
Facts.
But honestly, all their big men have the ability to send it to any of their other they're athletic big men like JaVale. He's finishing lobs, super athletic. Yeah. You know what I mean? Anthony Davis, Dwight Howard.
Can I talk to him real quick? Cause listen, Kawhi Leonard fans is real geeked up, and y'all geeked up off an injury win. Like that's something we don't even talk about that in the locker room. I just talked to LeBron yesterday. We don't need to discuss those.
I think the Clips can hold teams to 100 points or less.
Wait. Last time Kawhi Leonard saw LeBron, listen, he came out the cut. It was the Heat. Listen, when it's time to watch film and prepare for the game, the Heat was preparing for a big three that beat Kobe Bryant and some more people. A big three. Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Tony Parker. We weren't thinking about no boy with no braids. He came out of nowhere and gave him smoke like that. Like imagine if a young Kobe Bryant just came out the cut on like the Pistons or something and just guarded Jordan, and we was just like. We just worried about Detroit, but this kid studied, and later down the line, it's Kobe Bryant. That's what I'm saying. Later down the line, it's Kawhi Leonard. So what I'm gonna tell you is, we weren't thinking about Kawhi Leonard back then. Now we thinking about him. Now he got the spotlight on him. So when we play him, it's a target on his back. And the GOAT is out there, man.
He also got Lou Williams.
The GOAT, who?
Patrick Beverly.
Who?
The 6th man of the year award winning.
Let me break something down. Let me break something down to you.
He also had Patrick Beverly.
What year is it right now? It's 2019? Mm-hmm. Okay.
He also got Montrezl.
So who won the ring? Toronto Raptors?
The Toronto
Danny
Raptors.
Green, he over there. Danny Green. He's sitting right there. 2018, who won? It was the Warriors. Quinn Cook. He's sitting right there. What, 2017, who won again? The Warriors. JaVale McGee.
Yeah, you right.
You right. 2016, who won?
LeBron. Like the Caps. And
that's that.
I feel you.
That's that.
That makes a lot of sense. But you also can't account for.
So you talking about Lou Williams though, bro?
Being locked down by who?
Coming off the bench scoring what? 40?
I ain't never seen LeBron get locked down. I saw LeBron get caught slipping. I never saw him get locked down.
But who he get caught slipping by?
Man,
Kawhi.
Brandon, tell him come back.
Ain't nobody else in the league that caught him slipping but Kawhi.
Well, listen, now Kawhi the star of the team. Like I say, he the target, bro. He the target. And whoa. Some just hit me again. Because I just thought about it, bro. LeBron not the star of the team. Who gonna guard AD? I'll leave, right? I'm finna leave.
No one can guard AD.
I'm finna leave. Google it.
I give you that. AD coming to Chicago next year, so that's a whole nother story.
I wish, man.
They talking about Kawhi Leonard, man.
There's so much attention on LeBron and AD at any given point. They're giving open looks to Danny Green like it's nothing.
Nothing.
Wide open
Nothing.
looks.
And Avery Bradley hit threes.
You heard what he just said.
I seen that live,
Don't sleep on Caldwell Pope. Don't sleep on Rondo.
He's in threes, bro.
But you gotta stop. You can't say
Rondo's shooting threes
AD
now.
finna come. AD coming to Chicago next year. Nah, bro. See, you can't do that.
Rondo shooting threes. See, you start
you say
get
stuff
that
like
Knicks.
that, you losing your credibility.
You sound like a
now I
Knicks
got
fan.
hopes again. Now I got hopes again.
We're getting KD.
Only goes
We're getting LeBron.
I was just a little bit out of the conversation. I heard AD gonna come back.
We ain't gonna do the New York thing. We gonna keep it playing. We gonna keep it playing.
Where AD from?
We gonna chill.
Where AD from?
He's from Chicago.
Oh,
man,
okay.
but-
And what did he say? He had like to play.
And how many people from Chicago played for
D-Wade
Chicago?
was supposed to come to
D-Rose,
Chicago. LeBron was supposed to come to Chicago.
one.
Melo was supposed to come to Chicago. Dwight Howard
Melo
was supposed
did come to Chicago. They shipped him
Man,
out
they
right when
traded my man.
he touched down in O'Hare, and they was like, okay.
I'm still blown about that.
Go to
bro.
Atlanta.
They better off putting Cam Newton in the Bulls jersey.
Leaving us to hope on Zach LaVine and Lauri Markkanen.
Honestly,
It's gonna get better though.
another,
White.
honestly, a team that I think can do really good this year, but I'm still very skeptical on how they perform in the playoffs, is the 76ers.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
If
I think getting rid,
it's all about Simmons' development.
I think getting rid of Jimmy Butler is almost like a positive in a kind of a way, because he had too much kind of
You think
too
so?
many egos.
Jimmy,
Like,
Kyrie, and
Jimmy Butler's
AD are
solid
like
though,
the
man.
same.
He like another Kawhi Leonard kind of, but like less. But
I love Jimmy Butler, but I think the attitude that Jimmy Butler brings just like didn't mix with what Ben Simmons does
that's
or what
true.
Joel does.
That's true.
It was just like kind of a weird locker room. So
you want the ball in Ben Simmons' hands at the end of the day. As much as you love Jimmy Butler,
but how can you have it in his hands when he can't shoot? That's the problem.
But that's what he's working on right now.
It all depends on his development.
100%
in the league, right?
I don't think the 76ers is going nowhere.
I don't know, man.
Nowhere.
I can see them hitting the conference finals at least.
Conference finals. Yeah, conference finals, but that ain't that.
I believed in them once.
They ain't coming out of the East. They ain't coming out.
I don't know about this year. I don't know about this year, but I can say with confidence, I could see the 76ers being in the finals maybe next year,
I don't see it for them.
Years.
I don't see it for them. I see them as being one of them teams to be sad and never do it.
Yeah, they're gonna be one of them teams that's supposed to do it
with all that power.
It's gonna listen, and then Embiid gonna leave in like 2 years. Oh, and we on camera. Listen, Embiid gonna leave, man. Or Ben Simmons, they gonna split up. They gonna split up. That's what's gonna happen. They're not gonna win. They gonna split up
for a while.
It's gonna be one of those big what if they figured it out and actually made it
exactly.
To the finals,
what if they became the next Magic Johnson?
Because if you make it to the finals, you're not gonna win.
What if? You know what I'm saying? They could. It's like their games are similar.
The potential is there.
You know what I'm saying?
They need to be able to spread the floor straight up.
Magic Johnson ain't have a shot back then. He
was clutch. The only thing he didn't have a consistent shot. He was just clutch.
I just don't think certain combinations will win in this league no more.
Well, not anymore.
I think it take a certain formula and a certain level of playing that to win in this league. So you can play like one of the best teams from the old days and still be regular in this league right now.
That's
because it's turned up.
That's only because Golden State turned the whole league around.
For a fact.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't believe that, bro. What happened last year with Golden State? Like they got hurt, yes. They got hurt, but Toronto came through with some solid defense, some great team chemistry with Kawhi Leonard, by the way. I had to put that in there. And, the ability to stop what they was doing. And it was all about defense last year, bro. I think it changes year by year.
Yeah. But if KD was playing, bro, they would have won. End of discussion.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Facts.
That's a fact.
End of
they might not have even needed KD. I mean, if
Clay was 100%.
Because they was already down. Without KD, they were already down 3-1, man. As much you already know.
They were winning that game before he.
It doesn't matter, bro.
All right, so somebody call it. Somebody call it. What's the 2019 NBA Finals?
Lakers.
That's Lakers and the Bucks. I think. Lakers and the Bucks. I don't see nobody beating the Bucks.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and go against what they talking about and say the Clippers. Kawhi.
I like that idea. I like to think that the Clippers can hold teams in the regular season to 100 points or less. The defense is
against who though?
It is. It's gonna be crazy.
You say Clippers against who?
Historic. Watch the Clippers defense be historic.
Clippers against who in the finals? Who you think?
Clippers against Philly.
Man, you wishing now. You wishing on the style.
We gonna get back to
Giannis. I love Giannis.
I can see Sixers or Bucks.
I love Giannis. But besides Giannis, who do the Bucks have?
Celtics are looking good too.
Chris Middleton, who was the first-time All-Star last year.
See, I feel you on that, but
after 8 years in the league, come on, man.
I don't think Giannis going for that though.
Come on, because Malcolm Brogdon is gone. Come on, man.
Listen, this what I'm gonna tell you. I done applied that mentality to a lot of games. I done looked at the game and said, who they got? How they gonna be? And Giannis be out there.
He be balling
with the answers. He out there with the answers.
I love the way to stop him is to make him shoot the ball, but even eventually he'll still get in the paint because he's just such a strong, freakishly slim,
7 feet
long, and just.
And he got a 7
with both Lopez's on the court. The pick and roll game.
See what I'm saying? They big. They big. See with bigs like that, you only need your backcourt to even be just half.
But who can guard?
And both Lopez's can shoot. I mean, Brook can shoot better.
They got shooters. They got shooters. They have shooters. They have big men. That's the team to worry about. They got they got shooters. They got big men, and they got an MVP leader. That's the team to worry about. That's a full squad with an MVP leader.
Clippers versus Philly.
I think he a stump on Philly.
I know I said Philly, but I think the Bucks are the team to beat.
For real.
But I think Philly might mess around, and then I think from there it's. I want to say the Celtics, but there's this part of me. No. I want to be so happy for the Celtics.
I love Kimba,
but there's this part of me that's just like I don't know if they can do it. I just after watching last year's crumble against the Bucks, I just don't know if I can.
Think about what I just said about the bigs, and then think about the fact they just lost Horford.
Oh yeah, exactly. I loved Al Horford.
You ain't.
Where's Al Horford?
With that for a
Where's Al Horford at?
So you either gonna see
Where's
Embiid and
That's why I
Horford.
said Philly. That's why I said
I'm just saying.
Oh, I missed
So,
you.
All right, sleeper teams on the East and West.
Sleeper
Pacers.
team, the Bulls.
You say the Bulls.
West,
Period.
Nuggets.
You
East.
say Nuggets? Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I say
Heat.
Warriors.
I
say the Warriors.
Nuggets ain't sleeping. They was number one for how
They're the
long
second.
last
They're
year?
the second seed last year. But with
But they
Michael
was
Porter
number one
Jr.,
for how
bro,
long,
people
though?
sleep on Michael Porter Jr.
I believe that is sleep.
Utah Jazz getting Mike Conley. I think is gonna be.
That's a huge.
That is
I
that
think-
is a good
that's a huge
pick right
Yeah,
there.
it's good.
I like that one.
Have
I
y'all
like
watched the Warriors in the preseason?
They're
The
not
Warriors
looking
is a
good,
sleeper this
man.
year. They're a
The
sleeper
War-
this year.
listen. I'm gonna tell y'all something. If y'all ain't watched the game, I watched the game. I watched it.
I haven't watched
Listen.
much preseason, so enlighten me.
If you go watch
It's on
it,
and off.
D'Angelo Russell, watch the game against the Brooklyn Nets. Don't watch the Lakers. Lakers woman. Watch the Nets. D'Angelo Russell played like another Steph Curry. It looked like it's two Steph Currys on the court. He run like Steph Curry. He shoot like Steph Curry.
He
Like
plays
he
defense
doing
like Steph
everything
Curry, too.
like Steph Curry.
Just
That's a problem. But
That's the
I'm
problem.
saying the point I'm trying to make is
They could put up 130
I
a
think
night.
okay, because like the Warriors took over the league by like changing the game. They came with like one thing about it. They came with something that the world ain't never seen before. That's the
Yeah.
thing about things the world never seen before. The world never seen it before. So how can we say it? You know what I'm saying?
Best
It
shooter
just
ever
happened,
lived.
and then it's like, oh, So this is the greatest shooter of all time, and they came like the whole style of play, and it was deadly because of the hand check rule and all that. So it's like this is the greatest shooting backcourt of all time. This run and gun, everything was new. What I'm saying is, the league full of duos. I think they could take over the league again with a trio. With three Splash Brothers.
Could Clay play the three? It could go one.
Yeah.
That's if Clay
Listen.
comes back.
D'Angelo
What I
play.
just say? They changed the game.
ACL.
They
tears.
changed the
Their
game.
off-ball
ACL
movement.
tears
because
aren't
they got
Position-
two true point guards.
Positionless basketball.
Yeah, they changed
ACL
the
tears.
game.
And that's where Chicago's coming from. Actually, I'm happy that you said that. Positionless basketball, and I believe it's going to go a long way for them. Their percentage of 3-point shots have gone up in the preseason because of how they've changed their style of play. Now, I know there was some kickback when Zach LaVine talking about the 2-point shot or whatnot, which I believe Zach LaVine should have the right to do whatever makes him feel good on offense. Could let him be comfortable in his skin and do what he do and stop trying to make him shoot 53s a game. But, at the end of the day, it's about the change of pace and the change of how you play the game. And certainly the Golden State Warriors made that change.
Yeah.
And I believe Golden State will take that to the next level this year.
Because
if Clay comes back.
the thing about it, even though their whole team can shoot, the thing about it, you got that one deadly man on the court with Steph Curry. Because it's like when he got the ball, he got all these options. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot from anywhere past half court. He can pass. He can do all type of little magical pass. When he dribble, that's another thing. D-Lo dribble like him. Nobody else on earth dribble like Steph Curry. Nobody else on. Kyrie, best handles in the league, don't dribble like Steph. You know what I'm talking about when he got on the yo-yo. D-Lo learned this some way, somehow. So what I'm saying is it's two of those. All these options Steph Curry got, it's two of them now. So it's so dangerous because now one of them could have the ball and you got all these problems to worry about with him. And the other one could be somewhere else. And they play. Go watch the Brooklyn Nets game. I'm telling you, they was doing it.
My thing is with them, and I 100% agree with you, bro. The one thing that's going to kill them is their lack of height. They have no height whatsoever, man. So
what he's saying is that might kill them from the jump, but they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, because the Lakers, if you watch, the Lakers played them 3 times in the preseason. Whooped them every time. It's not even close. It's not even close. It looked like Space Jam. It looked like Space Jam.
You know who I like on that team, though? Marquise Chris.
True.
He's been beasting this preseason, and I think he's found a home. Draymond Green kind of embraced him and pushed him to another level. I think he's gonna be decent.
What you think about all this London?
I think Draymond Green.
Well, since we know he's 6'5" now, I don't know how much longer he's gonna be playing the 4. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is testament to how crazy he's been playing the past couple years. Knowing that, you know what I mean? He's bodying dudes half a foot taller than him. You know what I mean? I feel like the regulation to fine tune exactly the heights of everybody. Like Steph Curry 5'11", bro. I mean, don't get me wrong, best shooter of all time. He's
about 6'1".
Really?
Yeah, he's about 6'1". He's about my height.
Kevin Durant's got to be 7 feet, dude. I don't believe any.
I know that's a fact. He
Durant's
definitely
on the
7
Nets.
feet.
Durant.
So true. He's been lying about his height, dude. He's a 7-footer who can score anywhere on the floor. Just embrace it, man. Exactly, man. Just embrace it.
About your height when you shoot like
that.
Right.
Isaiah the 5'9".
Yeah, so I don't know, man. This NBA season, it's great. We've talked about this now, and now that it's actually coming up, we're excited because we're entering into this period of duos.
Right.
We talked about this later, so it's not like it's not mega teams. We don't have like the Warriors dominating with 4 All-Stars or like this thing. We have like a more balanced league now, and it was almost like Kawhi kind of just like punch, like kind of like how he ended the Heat. He ended the Warriors at the same time in like this way of just kind of like changing how the basketball landscape.
For it's a whole different look.
Yeah, so it's gonna be really fun to watch. I'm really excited. I'm just really excited to watch basketball this year.
Yeah,
and college ball too.
Yeah,
once we get around that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation I can get into.
I'm so excited. I'll be watching them practice. I'll be watching them. I was just watching the scrimmage.
Me too, bro.
For real.
Oh man.
Speaking of duos, these duos in music lately.
Yeah.
I think we should take a quick real little break, play a little bit of their music first, and then we'll get into the full interview.
Yeah, because we're a duo. Me and Thomas Tang, even though it's Thomas Tang in London who dropping the song, me and Thomas Tang a duo. You see this on my chest? This Taliban? This is real. We a duo.
So what are we gonna give the fans right now? What do y'all want them to hear?
Right now, what we got up? What's up? We sent a lot of music.
So we could do one each. We could start off with Mo or Thomas.
We're gonna start off with T.
Send us off, T. What we listening to?
Hit that abduct you. Yeah, heard. Yeah, play that.
Please.
And thank you.
Abduct you by, and thank you by.
A lot of greatness in the building, y'all gonna see.
Over here on Northside Plug, Q4 Radio. We gonna be right back. Stick with us. Enjoy the music.
What you really want from me? Besides a rebuttal from me. If I said that I wanted to leave, you would probably go and put a gun on me. What you really want from me? Kick game till you just run from me. Game you can't even believe. Learn from a loss and it humble me. Turn to a boss and you turned on me. Got burns on your heart trying to turn on me. Slave for me, but you was stern on me. Had to let you free so you could learn on me. Then you saying you could earn on me. Had to ask them dreams and to earn on me. Take my dreams and return to my sleep. I'll take your dreams, let it burn in my leaves. Nowadays, it's either now or later. Just know I'm having my way. I don't want no childish hater, that's crowd behavior. Just join the crowd in your place. Used to want to see a smile on your face. I don't want to leave without you, no trace. I don't want to sneak around you or peep around you. I can breathe without you, but wait. Cause I love you, even though I don't always trust you. I want to, even flow, put no one above you. Good luck to, grievous souls coming to abduct you. They hunt you, we reload, now we screaming, fuck you. I love you, even though I don't always trust you. I want to, even flow, put no one above you. Good luck to, grievous souls coming to abduct you. They hunt you, we reload, now we screaming, fuck you. Hey, what you really want from me? Man, fuck you can roll my block for me. Yeah, just don't put no stunts on me. Yeah, no, throw your ass out to the mud, it's on me. let them have you. You know that I'm never gonna drag you. You see me, I'm walking right past you. Promises break, so I won't even ask you. Stuck to you like a tattoo. I'ma break bad if I have to. Take that, it's some bad news, but I'm on that paper like my craft tool. On that paper like a grab tool, so you better thank me if I grab you. Fuck this, I laugh too, and I'm too player, had a draft too. They come around like a raffle, with an open mouth like they baffle. Hands out for a handful, had a baddest bitch getting canceled. Yeah, just know I'm having my way. I don't want no childish hater, that's crowd behavior. You could join the crowd in your place. Used to wanna see a smile on your face. Now I wanna leave without you, no trace. I don't wanna sneak around you or peep around you. I can breathe without you, but wait, cause I love you. Even though I don't always trust you, I want to. Even flow, put no one above you. Good luck to grieving souls coming to abduct you. They hunt you. Weary love, now we screaming for you. I love you. Even though I don't always trust you, I want to. Even flow, put no one above you. Good luck to grieving souls coming to abduct you. They hunt you. Weary love, now we screaming for you. Ooh. She says I love you. See your demons trying to cuff you, but I could never let them abduct you. Tell me, what would you do?
Taylor about the fucking
Can I love? I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love, I cannot love you. What do you just do? These memories can't undo, but I seek like the one true. That's God. Is she a fan of the Zanny? The juice got out of pennies. Shorty only call me daddy. Got the juice, can't jam me. I'm 21 like Sammy, playing Sosa from the backseat, smoking backwoods in a Camry. She throw it back like an option. She a quarterback, she got options. I drown in it, she in love with me. She in love with these toxins. Not the type of one to break you down, but this love drug might take you down. I knew all about your walls, baby. You can't wait, the neighbors don't make a sound. Yeah, when we wake up 6 other rounds, I'm a champion, I go pound for pound. See the challenger of this love, now I've been drugged out. I done damaged her with this drug now.
Taylor about the fucking
trying to hold my trust down. So I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love, I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love, something they can't have. Only live once, something they can't grasp. Never seen life, so we never think twice. All we know is whole pipes and we take these ends. Seen a lot of shit, can't fake my thoughts. I fake my death, or I fake my art. Take my steps, take these words. I push this X and take these perks. Hold her back, she like hold her purse. Seeing cocaine in her nose at first. Screen time is Tang in the club dispersed. And my eyes blood red and the soul's been cursed. Yeah, that's another sin. Nah, I that right now, I wrote a dope. Fill my lungs till I scream out hope. Everything I sung is everything I wrote. So that means when I sing and they mimic my notes, and I'm cruising and these try to sink my boat, I'ma fold my hands, fold my notes, and it should say God when you read my quotes. I'm the vessel of the man, sometimes I know I'm a young God in the form of myself, cause I humbled myself a long time ago. These guns, these drugs, it's odd, I know how I preach the word of God, but inside my soul, that's real, and that's real. I'm just trying to give you God, how that feel. Man, I'll explain later, so it's back to the guns and drugs. Homeless thugs that you run for funds. Gang banging and gang raping, it's crazy, it's the place that I'm in. I got a fan and it's any cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love, I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love you. I cannot love, I cannot love you.
This a jungle beat.
I don't pay electric. Got power, power. You know the power, power. You know the. But I like shiny things. I'm a super freak, breaking till they super weak and come right back to me. That is power, power. You know the power, power. You know the. Once I touch him, I control it. A young and old and designer. I got manners, I know how to earn it. I got that wet, it's designy. Wave it at him like tsunamis. Wanna in my belly like I'm Keisha anytime. Pull up to my house, I know you wanna hit it. I just want some leave your up at the door, man. Really shouldn't play with guns, but this right here a different. Take this off a safety pop right at your mustache. Gang banging, if I bust it, he gon' bust, yeah. He kinda icy, he done slipped into the thirst trap. Give me this and buy me that. Put them hundreds in my bag. Every time he leave me, he do track. Got them running back. Give me this and buy me that. Put them hundreds in my bag. Every time he leave me, he do track. I got him coming back. Power, power. You know the power, power. You know the. What I like shiny things. I'm a super freak, breaking till they super weak and come right back to me. That is power, power. You know that power, power. You know that once I touch him, I control it. Young and old and designer. I got manners, I know how to please him. I be gassing up like it's regular 87. Might give him a couple. Be lucky like number 7. Crazy, had me in that 6 around 7. Getting round 8. Never them steak that. At the gym, I'm losing weight, but this still fat. I show females how to get it, but them still mad. GPS your attitude, I pull up to where you at. Tell them eat it too, on top of your table mat. Let's Playboy bunny, tell them get my carrots wrapped. Try to play me, I'ma have to his daddy and drive up in this caddy. Break up a happy family that's worried to his mother, sister, and little brother. Power, 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 power. What I like shiny things. I'm a super freak. Till they super weak, then come right back to me. That is power, 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 power. Once I touch him, I control him. Young get older, get designer. I got manners, I know how to please him.
In jail, but it's 31 and a stick over here. Never had my life on tail, but I'ma tell shit like it is over here. Whole lot of drum in the air, smoking this on this over here. Then I got a bill, they ain't throwing cuffs on wrists over here, no. Let's take a look at my conscience. Why is he not with the nonsense? Free LA on my bond shit, but really we play with the Rockets. Bought a K, that's offense. Why they stay shooting up houses? These ain't about it. 6 feet under, get grounded. Up on the cute face, get pounded. I was talking about 100-round drum when I'm saying we're around it. Smoke the raw shows, get rich, copper whipping on the mountain. And my drip read my fish at the fountain. Ain't this about my drip my fish at the fountain. Can't trip on the you wanna take to the mountain. Ain't this about my bitch about to the house. Shine moved us to the hundreds, I went to the thousands. Ain't this about my drip my fish at the fountain. Can't trip on this since you want to take it to the mountain. Ain't this about my bitch to the housing. Shine moved us to the hundreds, I went to the thousands. Shrimp can really go slow. Promise I've been before. What's up with your memory, though? I was giving out smoke just a minute ago. I try to be truthful, but this is I'm just telling me anything, though. And I'm keeping the enemy close, but I come from where literally anything goes. They try to get rid of me, though. As a kid, I had cancer. I told God, you could just give me the soul, I'm not kidding me, bro. Pootie, you killing me, bro. Probably would've did this to any beat, though. She got my back, get in my bag, I'ma send her to any of these stones. Speaking of that, let's talk about it. To be having emotions attached. And wait till you go get a woman to act. I sat in the prison, I sat in the trap. LOVE was nowhere on the map, no one to react. I had to adapt, I couldn't even look for it. Overlook me when I'm down bad. Somebody should've told you I was good for it. Time when you couldn't stand my shit, I guess look like you should stood for it. You know when it rains, it pours. Fake nigga better stop switching hoods, boy. Heights ain't changing flows. There's a whole lot of in the wood, boy.
It's real hot in here after all those tracks.
Just
I'll
had
tell you what.
Course meal right there. Hot track going on, man. We gotta decompress that. We gotta figure out what is going on in this building because that was a lot of hot tracks going on right now. All right, man. So we on Northside Plug. We got T in the building. We got London in the building. We got Nyce in the building. We got Banz in the building.
Banz. Shout out big.
Man, where should we start? You know, it's
how about let's go down the line. Each artist, tell us who you are and tell us a little bit about your sound personally.
Who you are, where you're from, and your sound. Okay. So start us off, T.
I'm T. My name is Thomas Tang. Call me T if it's easier. Or call me Thomas Tang if that's easier. And I'm blessed, and that's my sound. It's a blessed sound. Joyful noise. Y'all will hear about it one day.
Facts. Where you from, bro?
From Harvey, Illinois.
For sure.
Yeah.
London.
Hello. I don't know which mic should I get into.
That look comfortable.
I'm London Heffner. I'm from Chicago, but I was raised in Grand Rapids in Michigan. Right. So I claim Chicago, but still, like, I can't just be like, I don't know Grand Rapids, feel me? Yeah. So yeah. And my style of music is, I would say I'm more of a turn up artist. But I'm starting to dip into some different genres that'll be coming out soon.
Free Banz. More Banz. It's all the same, man. I just keep it playing. My style of music. I'm gonna talk that talk, you know. I'm gonna speak my life.
Lyrical.
Facts.
Yeah, you take what you want from it, but it's gonna be the real. That's one thing about it. It's gonna be the real. As far as where I'm from, Chicago, Harvey, Illinois. That's the only two places I done live. You know,
rolling deep with the wordsmiths today.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. You know, we don't play no games.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's fun. We having the time of our life. So speak for everybody, for real.
I go by the name of Nyce Landry. I'm a poet, videographer, graphic designer, photographer, manager,
all that,
record label producer. It's a list of things that I do. I just grind.
A whole lot of hats.
I have a knack for bringing great people together. So when I come across somebody that's great, I like to make sure that they meet other people that's great that I came across. And that kind of put me in this position right here where we at right now. And you know, I met Justin not too long ago. I was driving Uber. I pulled up on him, skirt. And he came out of Q4. I'm like, look, I was just over here the other day.
That's crazy, boy.
We got into a conversation and it was like, man, let's work, man. He sent me some beats. I'm like, okay, you dope.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, he's dope. By the way, if y'all don't know, Justin's dope.
Hopefully we can I can insert a little bit of my flavor if we do a little Northside Plug freestyle later.
Oh yeah, that's that's gonna happen.
So how did you all meet? I know T and Banz, you guys said you've known each other for a while, right?
Yeah. We from the jump with it, you know. We brothers, you know, from way back. But
forever.
And then same thing with T and Nyce.
Yeah, see, like that's my that's my brother. See, we adopted each other.
Yeah.
You know.
It was
But no, actually, see, look, hold on, I'm gonna tell you. See, me and Banz, we adopted each other. Like real time, we just, you know, just claimed each other, just how it go. Like I say, Splash, brother, that's real. But Nyce, see, like God literally gave Nyce to me, you know. So my sister, this is real family. Like this is family I couldn't choose. You know, I couldn't tell them to get away if I wanted to. This is real family.
His sister is my brother's wife.
Basically,
we brother since my brother.
Real life brothers.
All right, true.
And I know him since he was younger. I'm pretty old. I'm not a spring chicken. You know, I'm in my 30s. So you know what I'm saying. He's young. He's in his young 20s. You know what I'm saying. So you know I've known him since he was in his teens, in his early teens. To tell you the truth. You know what I'm saying.
What about me?
Every year, we about to get to it. Every year came to, you know, it was like, we'll see each other 2 or 3 times a year, and it's like, what's good? What you doing? He's playing sports, he's doing his thing, he's killing it, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, dope. You know, he see us doing our music, and things kind of materialize from there.
And now little do they know I'm the boss.
He does his thing. I love that. And then we have this lovely lady right here, Miss London Heffner.
The GOAT.
Who I came across on social media a little bit over a year ago, right? And you know, we kind of connected through our social medias, and she wanted me to have a photo shoot with me. I'm like, cool, let's do it. We went out there to Chinatown and we got that in, and I'm like, okay, I like her. I didn't know what she did for real. You know what I'm saying? And then after working that time, we kind of felt more comfortable with each other, and it's like, okay, this energy works. And we kept on pushing forward. And next thing I know, I'm shooting her promo events at various clubs and performances and things of that nature. And I'm like, okay, I see where you coming from. I like where you going. I'm feeling that. And it's been all good energy, good vibes since then. So, you know, we kind of grew and built. We had conversation on conversation, and you know, I helped her out, you know, and it's, the thing I love about her, besides the fact that she's dope with the lyrics, with how she approaches the beat, but she's about a business, a businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that in the artist. When you about your business and you handle what you need to handle to get your career going. She doesn't ask anything from nobody. She makes sure she takes care of what she needs to take care of.
Thanks.
You know,
real boss. Team full of bosses.
Y'all got a great synergy. You know what I mean? Y'all got each individual, like it just works together. You know what I mean? It's very cohesive.
That's because of what he just said. Because we are bosses.
Y'all hungry? Y'all out here doing it.
That's because ain't nobody over here depending on nobody over here.
Right.
No. You know, once we all really, I hate to put it like that, but we all really go our separate ways. Once we leave here, you know, we all got a list of stuff to do. Everybody got a list of stuff to do, you know.
Banz and whatnot.
Matter of fact, only reason all us here, because we all working. Y'all. That's the only reason we all leaving right here, right now, because it's work. That's how he just met you through Uber work. You feel me? Like, we bosses. That's why you don't get that vibe from us, because we ain't nobody depending on nobody.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, for real. We all get to take advantage of each other in the right way. You know, and that's what it's about. You know, you ain't taking advantage gets such a bad connotation, you know, because of how people just is nowadays. When you get the right, you know, when the vibe, everybody's like-minded, everybody's like-minded, and you know it's coming from the same place, you know, that's what you gonna do.
Organic.
Yeah, real talk.
So are y'all looking to build like an official kind of collective, or is it more y'all just like y'all brothers, sisters working together? Like, you know, you got each other, but it's like you said, at the end of the day, y'all gonna go do your separate things.
We got a few things in play right now. We don't want to speak on it because everything's not in, you know what I'm saying?
Just to put it sweet, we are bosses. We
are bosses.
That's what you're gonna see. You're gonna see a little bit of extensions of all of us because we real like bosses.
But we're a team, though.
Right. You know.
And that's the most important aspect of everything. And there's a few people that's missing from the team right now. Tuki, man, he's actually flying out to Washington D.C. as we speak, so he about to handle some business out there.
We're blessed to have a few producers and everything.
And Cash, he's out there in Cali right now handling his business. So it's he's a producer. He's dope. You know what I'm saying?
And like it is, it's not. See, you can't just be with. See, I'ma keep it real with it. Just right now, I'm not gonna be interested in just meeting a whole bunch of new artists. For real, I like my friends. See, I'm blessed to have friends that really do this. Like, see, I just met London, but you know, like, see, had London been somebody that I just wouldn't have been able to click with, I mean, I don't know. See, I'm blessed for real. Like for real. Like we like-minded. You know, everybody on the same page. Everybody want the same type of thing. So it's like, you know, it's an easy directive to aim towards.
Right.
For real. And it, like I say, we just blessed. I'm gonna say that a lot. Y'all gonna get it after a while. It's real blessed.
Being conscious of that, man, is something that a lot of people, it goes right over their head, man. Realizing the things that they have, and you know, having gratitude for, you know, when you wake up, when you go to bed, you know what I mean?
See, when you got that type of energy, you gonna take advantage of everything, especially in the right way, you know, because you gonna be hungry to go get it. You realize what you didn't have. You realize what you got right now. You realize your blessing. Yeah, that's gonna drive you. It's gonna push you there. Always. For a fact.
So what can we expect from you guys in the near future? I guess as a collective, individual artists,
projects. I know many projects coming out.
What we gonna see?
Yeah.
What y'all finna feed the people?
Yeah, right now I'm on one right now. I just left the stew before I got here.
Okay. Which is testament to the fact that how hungry these people are.
Oh yeah, facts.
I'm working on this free Banz effect right now. It's called Free Banz Effect. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be about 17 songs.
Ooh. It's gonna be our favorite album.
Yeah, for real.
It's already my favorite album because I got all the sneak peeks.
It's my first.
Got any features on there?
Yeah.
See how I'm drawing it out.
Yeah, that's what you do, man. That's what you're supposed to do. Yeah, I got about like 4. Right now it's like 4 or 5 features. It'll probably end up being like 6 or 7 probably. My brother T. I got my brother Coop. You gonna hear him on one of the songs that you got. And then that's another Taliban too. That's another Taliban official. Taliban Coop. So it's T, it's Coop. Then I got Queen Key. Shout out Queen Key.
Yeah. Queen Key.
Yeah.
That's dope as hell.
That's major though.
That's crazy.
Shout out to her.
Nah, that's a crazy combination right there. I can't wait till the world hear that for real. For real.
That's my shorty.
It's a dope track too. I heard.
And I got another artist, Taliban Moolah. Ironic enough though, she not Taliban. She not one of us. She from Atlanta. She Lil Key sister.
Okay.
Lil Key's sister. I don't know if you know Lil Key. That's a third artist.
Yeah. One of our
he got some hits.
One of our prior guests, OG Mike Will, bro. He produced one of the tracks off of Lil Key's most recent
right.
tape.
Okay. So that's what's up. Yeah. But yeah, Moolah, that's his sister. And you know they all, YSL, they all got it over there. They come with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
And she one of them. So I got her on my tape early,
Right.
So I got her, I got Queen Key, got my brother, my other brother, and a couple of the guys. I got it going. But I mainly just made the best music, the best music. That's what it's all about. It ain't even about
best music.
Trying to have my homie, I'm gonna do what make the best music. You know what I'm saying? So what I said that to say, you feel me? If you ain't never listened to me, even though you gonna listen to me on this show though, you gotta get in tune with this Free Banz Effect.
Facts.
Ain't no official date for it yet. I was just telling somebody else, I go off of the art. I let the art lead the way, so it's like, I ain't forcing it, ain't rushing. But it's coming now though, like it's coming like before the year out, cause we gonna be the can with, which bring me to his project, that dude, he gonna drop something too. And we gonna drop something together. It's gonna be
we actually
y'all coordinate.
We made a beat.
The drop.
I started making beats.
Yeah.
And that's been the craziest thing.
Yeah, he started making beats.
Man, what dog do you use?
I'm not telling those. Cause I'm gonna just tell y'all this, man. See, I'm not no flashy type of guy. I get it. I get it in. I figure it out. I'm savvy. I'm real savvy. That's what I'm gonna tell you. For real. And see, he not no beat maker. I'm not no beat maker, but we made a beat though.
Right.
And we made like, I'm not gonna talk the song up because y'all will hear it one day. Real talk. And it's like, man, he made a beat. We made a beat. Like he made a beat.
And that's on my tape, matter of fact.
Yeah.
That's on.
And that's what I'm talking about. Like
a word or two on the flavor. Like, is there like a goal behind the your project? Like, was there something that's like that kind of drove the whole thing, like a theme, I guess?
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna tell you because free bands, you know, like the name free bands, you know, that get associated with fusion, money. This free bands effect, you know, I'm Banz. I was locked up, and you can say I ain't gonna get off topic, but I'm gonna just say I was locked up. I started making music in like 2016. I started making music in 2016. Yeah, since I started, when I decided to be a rapper, I was already out on bond for some. I ain't gonna get into it, but you know, like. Yeah. So basically, you know, like I've been having like legal troubles the whole time since I started making music. To where like I remember like even when I dropped my first video, I was shooting my second video the day I dropped my first video, and like the next day I woke up, went to court, like I got put on house arrest. Damn. So then I had, you know, some time with
then don't even tell him. Hold on.
Needed to put out.
Then drop the coldest video that we had so far, right? Like we made the video. Then you go to court, and we don't see it for 10 months. Don't even get to see his video.
Yeah, I got snapped. Listen,
we dropped this video.
Dude, bro, listen. I went. First of all, I shot them videos on house arrest. I started shooting videos on house arrest. I started telling them bring the studio. I started doing it on house arrest. So then listen though. So we shoot it. So bam. So I wake up, go to court. The video called Chicken. Matter of fact, Mo Banz Chicken freestyle. You could and check the scope. That was on house arrest too. But Chicken is the one I'm talking about.
You can see us with the little dreads.
I shot it. It was around this time. It was around this time right now, October. I shot it, right? So listen. So I go to court. So look, it's me and him, right? So we got our little, we got a zip in the car.
He's going to the studio.
We got a little zipper rapper in the car, you know. We got our day planned out. We scheduled to be at the studio at 11. I got court at like 9. You know, so basically the whole time I've been on house arrest. At this point, I've been on house arrest for like 6 months. So the whole time I've been on house arrest, every time I go to court, they just be like, it just be a continuous. They just be like, go ahead, you know. So I just know it's gonna be a continuous. You know,
right.
I just know it. We got the stew scheduled at 11. Once I get out of here, you know, dude, they snap, boy. Told me either you gonna take some time today or you gonna take it to trial. Either way, you gotta go to jail right now.
That's crazy.
Right now, you know. And that's the point of free bands, but that's what I'm talking about. Right. Parole, probation, house arrest, jail. All that
30 days,
you know.
Didn't hear from. I'm talking about like we talk every day, every single day. Even we don't even talk every day, and we talk every day.
Right.
Real talk. Like at this time, we was literally like with each other every single day.
Yeah.
Then 30 days, he even put it in the song, like one of his intro. Man,
on the intro.
Like,
I just finished the intro.
Just was talking about how he was just sitting through 30 days and not being able to hit anything. And then like, you know, that's me and Coop. Every day, free bands. We, you know, not even on no emotional sensitive stuff. Like, nah, we really got stuff that we trying to do, and we missing out on a lot of it right now because we can't even hear from him, you know. Get a call on Thanksgiving Day, like a 30-second, like little quick call, and he was able to get in touch with us, and then, you know, from there, that's like free bands for real. Like that's when it started for real. Yeah, I can vouch for that.
Y'all want to hear a funny story? When I like decided like, yeah, I'm gonna name my tape free bands. Listen, I'm in this the place I'm in, the place I'm locked up at. Basically, you know, y'all my boys, but they was racist. They was racist up and up. So, you know, like they be you know, they treat you like that because you locked up. They you nothing up and up, you know. So pretty much. Long story short, you ain't supposed to get out of Atlanta. So basically, we was watching Bulls game. It was the Bulls and the Cavs, and you know, LeBron, my boy, you know, this 2017. I'm telling them like they scheduled to turn the TV off at like 9 o'clock, but I don't. For some reason, I don't listen to nothing. Like no rules. You know, so, I don't listen to, like, you supposed to make your bed up every day up, and I never made my bed. I ain't listening to nothing. So listen, I'm for real. Like, it's supposed to go off at 9 o'clock. They're supposed to turn the TV off at 9 o'clock. So the dude walking up with the remote, CO walking up, and I tell him like, just it's fourth quarter. There's less than 2 minutes left. Just leave it on. Just leave it. Let me just see the end of this real quick. And I said that, with the confidence, just knowing like, bet I'm about to go grab my food. I'm about to finish. I'm walking away. The TV go off. Oh whoa. So like, listen though. So long story short, they supposed to do a little count around the jail, and basically they make everybody stand to the sides and they do a count and stuff like that. And so like when they do the count, I'm like at the end of the count, I'm like the last person on the count. And after he finished counting, he walked like through like this little doorway, like imagine just a doorway. And you know how you got the thing over the doorway? I run up behind him and like,
he dunked
on him.
Like high school.
I dunked on him, Joe.
Did he have a sense of humor?
No, whoa. Listen, dig. He listen, they be, I told they racist. And one thing about like racist people, they scared of you for real. They scared of you for real. That's why it's for me to they talk to people crazy, and a lot of people gotta listen, because if they don't, they gonna get through in a hole. If they don't, they gonna get this. They get beat. They'll beat you. They'll take you somewhere, beat you. So and they just used to having that authority. So for me, he jumping all over the place. They was scared. He said he hit the walkie-talkie so fast. Dude, get over here. They call like 20 officers on him. So they, of course, they threw me in cuffs, bam, take me out, take me to the hall or whatever. And so it's a bunch of officers surrounding me. They surrounded me. They got my all my stuff. They done grabbed all my stuff. I got more stuff than I'm supposed to have. Like, it's a limit to what you could buy up in there. And I'm over the limit because for what I had a lot of money, and then because I got people that love me. I had a lot of money, and then gambling. I was winning, So I had most stuff. So basically, they looking at me like they all surrounded. They got me cuffed up in this chair, and they all surround me like, we should beat you, Like, I'm looking like, what they gonna do? They end up not doing nothing. They end up because really they ain't doing nothing because I had all that stuff. And basically it was like when they see somebody care about you out there, they ain't gonna beat on you or nothing. They can't let nothing happen to you if they see too many people care about you. So that's why. That's what, like, so then they was just like, they was just mad. And they wanted to send me somewhere else, but they was just like, you know what? And they was just like, I should make you walk back in your underwear or something. Like, but they ain't do nothing, right? So basically, what's real rap in this little racist place is real rough for somebody to do something wild like that and come back, So they on the deck, they thinking I'm gone. Yeah. So when I came back, everybody like, free man, like that, it went up, like everybody. Crazy. And then that's when I was like, I'm gonna name it that.
So really, it's like a movement that's like consolidating into a project, essentially.
Man, this dude dunked on somebody and he called it a free band. He played too much.
No. But for real, on the serious note though, like the whole point of it is because me being free is a difference. Yeah. It's a difference. One thing about a lot of people that go through that situation, they think they matter more than they do. Yeah. Not to put nobody down, but it's the truth though. Like they think they matter way more than they do. They think like, man, when I get out, I'm like, man, you just a regular, you just another one, and you don't, So, but one thing about me, when I get out, is different for real. Yeah, it's different.
Something about that experience.
It's a whole different thing. Like I make it like whether I'm in or out is gonna make a big difference on the streets and wherever.
Yeah, not even being funny, but y'all can hear like he's special. He real special. Y'all can take it funny, cause it is funny, cause he really special that way too. But like, nah, like. It's like, see,
that was a real story.
No, yeah, I'm gonna tell you this, real talk. See, the stuff he say wouldn't make sense coming out of somebody else's mouth. But like he say, you changed the game, like the Warriors and Splash Brothers. You changed the game. That's a game changer. Yeah, so it's like, you gotta take them serious. You just gotta like.
What I got out of that was like, it's a matter of respect at the end of the day. Right? Yeah. So it's like with him in that situation, and what I was getting out of that was like, had it been anybody else. They may be,
he cooked.
Whatever,
you cooked.
Exactly. So for you to be able to have that qualities and for you to even be able to see that within yourself and take that out and like, okay, now I'm finna put all of that negative energy, which, you know, it was funny, but at the same time, you know, it's a messed up situation. Right. It's like, all right, boom, I'm finna show y'all what I really got, who this is me. You know, I'm playing around, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna show y'all in the most serious situation, I'm gonna be myself and come out of it and do my thing.
I think that's the most important aspect of things, just be yourself.
Exactly.
And one thing that I can appreciate about all the artists that's around me right now, all the talent that's around me right now, is that they're all being themselves, and they're not trying to do or be anybody else. Right? Like right here, London Heffner. She the moment I met her, there was something real about her that intrigued me, and the realness only came out over time. And when you get to know somebody, is the only way to really understand if they real or not. And 100%. the reality of it is you know, she just kept on bringing herself to the plate, and every time I was even more interested in diving into what she had to say and what she was doing and what she was rapping about. You know what I'm saying? So I really want to dive into what she got to say right now too as well. You know what I'm saying? So
now, like real quick, she the definition of like, you can have your ego and leave it in the booth. Real talk. She a sweetheart,
but she very humble. She very humble.
She's so humble. But like, you hear her music, bro, don't play with her. For real, don't play with her.
So London, what do you harness when you're in the booth, when you're recording a song? Like what allows you to come to the table with the sound that you come to the table with?
Especially what that was called Power, the song?
Yeah, it's called Power.
Like what went into that? Because that was like your energy.
Wait, because first of all, he caught me off guard for one. I'm still thinking about this whole story he just got done telling us. So y'all asking, I'm like, okay. Ask me again. What'd you say?
What do you harness when you're in the booth? Like, what allows you to have the sound that you do?
Oh, cause I perfect to be the best. You know what I'm saying? Everything that I write, I try to make it be almost perfect. If not, I want it to sound better than the last thing I just wrote. So that really motivates me. Cause when I go in there, I'll be like, if this don't sound better than the last song, I'm not gonna record it. And I just had one of the little incidents. I was like, nah, I don't want to do this song no more. Cause I know when my stuff ain't where it needs to be. I got standards with my music, and if it don't meet that standard, it's just not gonna happen.
She a real student of this stuff. Like, for real, bro. You can tell, like,
grow all the time.
For real. She's so willing to be better. It's crazy.
That's important in anything. That's important in anything you do. Just like a willingness to learn.
Right.
It's like a willingness to grow. I think they kind of go hand in hand of just being able to learn from your past and put that moving forward. And I think that's very important, especially for artists, like all the artists that are surrounding me right now. Like, I think it's very important for all of them, every one of them, to just be able to learn at the same time while growing.
100%.
That's why I love doing this show, man. Like, I learn something every week. I learn something new. I meet someone new that like alters my perspective on how I approach things. It's just like, it always just adds to that hunger. You know what I mean? So I appreciate y'all sharing your stories and, you know, showing the rest of our viewers just a little bit of who you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Knowledge is power. In fact, that's one thing that I've actually grown from is the knowledge. You know, I went to college. I graduated college, and I didn't learn a dang thing, bro. Like, for real, it was all about cramming and then moving on to the next, cramming, moving on to the next, and it was like, I don't know anything. I get out and I got this piece of paper and I'm like, okay, let's go attack it. And I had jobs. I sat in big buildings downtown and you know, I was making a little bit of money and I'm like, okay, I'm doing something. But I wasn't doing anything. Until I turned 30, I was miserable in my position. And then I started teaching myself everything from video production to photography to graphic design, everything that I do now. And it really started making sense to me, right? Like, I reached out for the knowledge as opposed to having the knowledge imposed on me. And that's a whole nother story. We was just watching before we came. We was up in the studio watching Kanye, and Kanye said one of the realest lines to me. And you know, he had an interview with somebody, and they asked, "How did your mom feel about you leaving school?" Yeah, when he came out and did pursue music full time, and what he said was, it was all good because I left school to learn.
Right.
And that was the realest thing I heard in a long time, because I felt that to the core of me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't learn anything until I wanted to learn something.
I went through that same thing. Literally dropped out to the college dropout. I was listening to the college dropout, and it made me drop out of college. And now I'm a rapper.
and I owe a bunch of money in student loans, but that's another story. That's
I don't
but
can't get
it was back in college though that I started doing poetry. Right? Nyce, Landry, if y'all don't know.
What was your major, bro?
What's that?
What was your major?
Marketing.
Okay, for sure.
So I was a marketing major, and I was very in tune with a particular artist that Kanye brought to the table by the name of Lupe Fiasco.
True.
He elevated my mind and made me want to speak on things in a different way, in a different light. And I really wanted to show my thoughts and tell stories through my thoughts. And so I got a bunch of poems, but the best poems are my storytelling poems, where I perform around the city too as well. If y'all don't mind, I would like to go through one of those poems.
Please do. Man. Please do.
100%.
I got a poem by the name of How Ironic that came about when I was in college. And this poem, every poem has a spark, right? It was a spark that brought this poem about. And the initial spark was Lupe, who made me want to write, but then it was a conversation with a woman that told me that she was a virgin, even though she had, penetration at that point in time. She was 19, I was 20, and we were talking, and she said, "Hey, I'm a virgin, but he stuck it in once, and that was it." I'm like, okay, whatever, you know what I'm saying? But it brought this idea, this whole situation. This poem's called How Ironic. Life is hard, but despite the trials and tribulations, one grows stronger from unexpected situations. It started with a feeling like she's grown, carrying along an ego on the shoulder, ignoring mama's advice. She never could be wrong. Not thinking in the long run, without pacing, usually end up in last placing. Unhappy with the racing, but keep going, cause eventually get past that baton, float to the finish line and live strong. She claims she's a virgin, but she already had a taste and she stopped them early, not feeling the sensation, you see. She lost the V at the first indication of penetration. Now she's experiencing withdrawal, which leads to frustration. Sexually, fornicating thoughts seep into her mental so deep that they wet her in sleep like Wes Craven. No Kruger, just hormones popping like a Ruger, killing the senses, and now she's senseless, which leads to her giving into temptation. These thirsty dudes sense this. He's precise with his words and seems like he's making sense with his nouns and his verbs. Talking with slurs because he Hennessy 50. Did I mention she put herself in that same position? Intentions to escape reality with that Smirnoff twist stuff, so now they both twisted like braids in the hair, but what's not fair is that she's ignorant to his intentions. She peeked his game smooth like fades, plus he cute in the face, so she can't resist him. Indirectly, he pimps them. Like Magic Don Juan, his game strong, and in the quickness, she noticed the sudden transition and moves. That same smooth, laid-back cat is now dogging her, all absurd and rude, thinking cause she's up in his room that she's a tool to be used at his disposal, and he's just looking for a fixing. Now she thinking, what happened to that dude that was cool as an ice cube and refreshing like soap? Cause now he hotter than the stove. To him, she looking like a fool, making him feel beneath him, so he treats her like a stool. Out of her, there's no rise in action, cause I think you'd agree that the weight of a dude plus the liquor is overwhelming. True. The plot thickens, cause when he's done climaxing, he gives her up to his crew. Now, this ain't what she intended to do, but the Smirnoff plays shackles, making it impossible to move. For a minute, she sat and rest. Before she can get up, it was another dude with his thing on his chest. But she thinks it's the same dude because the lights dimming in the thug's attitude, you see? It was all conjured up before the liquor could be turned up. Now she's busting down. 4 different dudes passing her around like a rolled blunt. 3 used condoms, but 1 was out of luck when it came to contraception, so he became the exception, not thinking about pulling out when he bust a critical situation elevated, because unless she's wild physically, plus mentally she's corrupt, but not only is she feeling like a slut, afterwards she caught a bizarre feeling in the gut. For the next couple of weeks, she felt weak, unable to hold down her food, can't understand why she throwing up. Now she's out of luck, right? Because God's law indicate that you should wait for marriage before you give it up. So now she reaping what she sowed, right?
Just think, one night of fornication got her thinking ended all, even if it means meeting Satan. You know it's funny, all of this derived from sexual frustration, which came after that first bit of penetration. It sounds funny, but she was better off with 5 instead of that 5th. Satisfied through masturbation. Her life is hated by the only one that can save it and take her out of the state of emotional frustration. Therapy didn't even help. Her mind was tainted. A vicious cycle circles her mental like a racetrack. Now she's contemplating suicide. Life doesn't seem as appealing as death, because them dudes was foul as sanitation. Treated like a piece of garbage, throwing away without thinking twice about the situation. You know, them dudes was sadistic enough to get it twisted in order for them all to hit it, so she became another statistic. But the misery set in at the first month of menstruation. She's feeling like a dummy because she was played like a sport. Swish. She don't have the money, so she can't pay to abort. Her mind is distorted. Every day, tears drop from her eyes. She feel foul as pork and it hurts. She's thinking, how does such a good living go berserk? Did it think that a couple of drinks and a feeling will lead to a dude leaving it oozing from my skirt? And I know what you're thinking. It can only get worse. On the contrary, Ma opened her eyes and realized she received a blueprint too. A gift came with that curse. With her hand down on the Bible, she swore to make it work, even though it'd be hard and fighting indictments and facing fed time from home bundles at her work. Time healed the pain. And even the pain couldn't amount to the joy this woman felt when this woman gave birth. Now listen, when you're caught in a position to grow faster than your peers, some fold like lawn chairs, overpowered by feelings of resentment. But not her, she became the epitome of strong women, learning more from the experience than someone telling her about his intentions. You know, it's ironic how the tonic got a hit like the chronic. And at first she felt like her whole life should be abolished. This blessing in disguise helped the lady free her mind, and now her spirit and soul is polished. How ironic. And that's that piece.
Hey.
Man,
appreciate
y'all better clap.
Appreciate
Nah,
it.
nah, that's real.
Yo,
How do you remember all of
repetition. You know, I got 3 more poems like that too as well. That you know, I'm learning everything down to a T, so I can really get out here and set the streets on fire. But it's you know, I like telling stories. I feel like I'm the Steven Spielberg of poetry. Like, for real.
You could, like, yeah, 100%, right? Yeah, I had my eyes closed the whole time, and I could just, like, visualize everything that you were saying.
Man, I appreciate
story,
that.
bro. So
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
I know when last time when you picked me up in that Uber and you're describing what you wanted to do with your poetry and expand it into more different types of content. You want to talk briefly about how you're implementing that into those different types of content?
Oh yeah. So first of all, I got a book coming out. It's called Dying to Live. Self-published, something I've been working on for the past 2 years. Bunch of just comprised of my poetry, but a lot of it, a few poems of it is like that. The longer ones, I got shorter ones, but the longer ones where it tells a story, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with my life, which a lot of my poetry do have to do with my life, but it's a story that I wanted to tell because it was just something that sparked something amazing in me, and I wanted to put something out there that can relate to people, because a lot of people relate to that poem, and not only because they've been in the position, but because they understand what it takes to come from a bad place to get to where they want to be. And that's the thing about me. I like to paint a picture of negativity to show the positive that can come from it. That's why I'm Nyce Landry. It's a positive thing with me on everywhere I go, anywhere I go. So my book, Dying to Live, is going to be accompanied by an EP that's going to have all of these longer poems laid out on wax with production behind them too as well. My boy Tuki is helping me with. And you know, and the visuals I'm going to put together and create something visually aesthetic that people can really dive into as well. But that's pretty much the gist of things in regards to the poetry and how I want to bring poetry back, especially here in Chicago, where once upon a time Chicago had a strong poetry like feel to it. Like a lot of poets were out here in Chicago moving and grooving and doing their thing, and I looked up to them. But now they're kind of dying out. It's a dying breed out here, and I want to really bring that back to the forefront of Chicago. You know, after these artists really take it over. You know, I don't want to step on anybody's toes, and I want to make sure that they good, but I have something in me that is that needs to be unleashed. Right. You feel me?
Yeah, same for the bosses. You hear it. Like everybody got something to offer, you know.
Y'all incredible company. You know what I mean? Like I could sit down with each one of you and do a 2-hour segment. You know, like there's not enough time.
Nah, and we'll love it too because it's the same thing. It's reciprocated. You just gotta have good people. You know what I mean?
Hey, can I say something?
Yes, sir.
You a good interviewer, bro.
Yeah, I was gonna get to that. You know, out there,
it's a good team, bro.
Right.
Like,
just like y'all saying it about us, it's the same thing. Y'all a great team.
I ain't into interviews, bro. I don't like interviews.
Yeah, facts.
You know, cause of that reason, because people. Like, that's why I say, like, it's important for y'all to get into the names, learn the names, make sure y'all know the names, and just know something, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because it's a dry interview when you don't know nothing. When you just don't ask the same basic question. Mm. Like, that's why I wasn't never thirsty to do an interview, but this the type of, you know, like,
it's a vibe.
You want to come to.
Really appreciate it.
The whole point of Northside Plug, man, is just being an open space for us. You know, it's just like, I don't know, because you watch different shows and everything, and it's like you said, you can feel the vibe of everything that's going on. You know, we just that's what we do. We just coming in here, just vibing it out, doing our thing. You feel me? And then it's just like guests come in, everybody brings something different. Exactly.
Can I say something real unapologetic?
Of course.
I gotta pee.
Cool. Yeah. Hey, what about the freestyle though?
Why don't we take a quick break?
Yeah.
I'll be back. When we get back. And after T takes a quick little tinkle.
T takes a tinkle.
It's an NSP break.
NSP break.
You gonna get the freestyle rolling? What's good?
Yeah. Calvin Cambridge.
We coming back with the mics. We coming back with the mics, and we gonna hop on those mics over here on NSP. After that NSP.
Free my big rock. Free fit. He just missed Christmas. Snow for alligators. I saw the bigger picture, made me want a gallery. I used to want to try so bad, I done got high Swiss galaxies. Can't even talk to you niggas, they can see themselves clapping me. Stack papers like Champions B, spin it all on accuracy. Think I just I love your eyes. She started talking like me and I think I'm getting attached to her, no lie. I'm constantly chasing with intoxication, I miss my guy. She keep that blick on her side. Never met a hoe, never met a dollar, I've been lying. I'm so on the external shots, inside. No time, I lost my voice, that's why my windpipe. No conscience, if I catch her up, then it's time. Spend all this money on shoes, never heard from my life. Had an XD in the truths, trying to freak up on shooting dice. Twice a year, I see it just too many times. And I swear I've been so broke, they ain't wanna be alive. I swear I've been so broke, ain't even wanna be alive. Yeah. Let's go. Say, look, cover your head up. Lifting my legs up. Why we go head up? Last me questions, I'm saying never stitch up. Just in the morning, I'm pouring that shit to summer. Little baby be on me, so love me. Don't tell a bitch when they come. I'm merging a monster beast. I had to fight through the sleep. When I'm weak, I had to shoot for the shooter shot me. Walk in the house with my mom and I see Sarah's around, now she hears police. Locked in, from the bottom of my heart, locked in. Little deal plus Vontae, that's a lot of hits like BT top 10. And my brother know how to take a part, that's how we got the Glocks in. Turn my pain to a gallery, try money gave me options. Popping the perk and I'm going to work. Can't come over here cause we blowing my turf. When you look down, there's a hole in your shirt. Full of crazy on dirt, here going your first. Raising the hood, shorty passing the work. Molly cracking the perk, junkie nose on the curb. Losing the memory, you don't know how it hurts. Turn your blind to January the 1st. Trusting the bitch, what though? Calling a man, get fucked. Trusting the bitch, what though? Backstage from the front door. You try something funny with Cooper, make them see dots like Huncho. Call up bro, you would think it was easy the way he hunt with the photo. Turn the big egg, yo. Money is on me, it feel great. I might be late, but the bills ain't. I'm always early, I anticipate. We have some participate, look. Get in the window race. Together to stimulate. You wasting my time, so I simulate. You get in the way, get you out the way. You 100 nights and 100 days. Wake up and listen to go. This money to feed all the hunger. She rubbing my wounds along, but if you come on the covers. It's the same struggle, but how that's your brother if he's saying and more under the mattress, make you a cat to sleep in the gutter. I saw him tease who has double. You wonder what would less rumble. I can head off, it's a fumble. Give him hope, like a son of king. Hey, give him hope, like a son of king. No, I'm sleep, it's a good. My chest, don't you make me pull a Jenny. No matter to all my videos. Can't repeat it, habits, been 100 jabs or more. One thing I ain't never did is penny. I'm too late for the people I came across. I can't be from this planet. You can't be from the streets. Got a million in a gallery. I can make me a Mona Lisa. Yeah, I had people in my pocket. I can't be on the leash. I smell like marijuana when I met your mom. She hate me, honestly. Keep Lizzie in the armrest. In case they don't see what my mama see. Smoke this shit. I'm stressing, I know my killer don't honor me. Gotta stay fresh cause the fair is digging me. Literally, I'm gifted like a Christmas tree. I was serving, I had an epiphany. Taliban gang with entity. Rats making the ends of me. All black, 4-5 ethnicity. When I phone post, got it like Pippin. Beating my bitch, got money when she missing. And I look like a lick, I'm missing teeth. Trap gallery. Trap gallery. Business trapping this. It made me wanna gather. Quarterback this one.
We back on
I know my boy.
After a quick NSP, you feel me? We back over here.
If you change it, tap me or something.
Full house Northside plug. We're about to tune into this Northside plug freestyle. Ooh, super cipher. We got a super cipher tonight.
Yeah, this is a super cipher.
So we gonna leave it up to Young Justice.
All right, I'm gonna start with something I made before I came here.
Who's gonna start us off?
Kick it out.
No, it goes.
It don't matter. We in it.
So what we doing is me and T, right? It's me and T, right?
It's whoever.
It's me and T.
It's me and T. Yeah, dynamite. You can call it TNT. The song sound like you call it TNT. It's me. Featuring me. Yeah, just ask me. Yeah, just was like TV. Can you make me sing? Can you make me ring? Nah. I can make you a ringtone, but I cannot give you rings though. Keep your rings though. Keep your sing. If you looking at the screen, keep your screen. Keep your screen closed. She love me, she keep her screen closed. And I open now, she looking like a screen though. Like a screen though. I make sense. I took things to it. 380. Do not play with me. Do not get crazy. Do not get lazy. Cause I get lazy. I could mess with this beat if I wanted to.
Hey.
Yeah, I do what I want to do. Yeah, I messed up this whole beat, boy. I was warning you.
You messed it up.
Yeah, you can tell me what the morning do. And I killed this dead beat. Call it morning, fool.
Oh, that screen though line was crazy. Ill, bro. Like that was bad. You nasty for that.
I told you, I apologize. It ain't working because of me. Let me stop.
Thomas Tang shut the whole system down.
Facts. Like Shaq. Shaq break the backboard.
Yeah.
I literally killed beats.
He's Zion Williamson, that thing. We coming right back with it though.
We'll be right back.
We go acapella.
Y'all act like it was a mistake or something.
Good fella.
No, that was supposed to happen. I made it happen. Hey, Mo, don't get me started. What I was talking about earlier.
I know.
What I
already know.
I strolled through.
Don't do that.
I'm not. We too deep now. They know the real me.
They got them poles too.
Shout out Soulja Boy.
They can't hold dude. I hold deuce.
Mm-hmm.
They say come low key. I bring a whole crew.
Can you hook up your laptop?
Quit playing with me.
Quit playing with me, cause I'm not finna play like I know you.
Nah,
I'm going Super Saiyan, Goku.
Yeah.
Getting gold too.
Yeah.
Paint your toes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could go and paint your toes too.
Hey girl.
Wipe your nose too.
Hey girl.
Nah, I'm finna talk like I'm supposed to. Cause I'm on the radio, I'm not gonna go through.
Nah.
Tell you what I go through.
Nah, for real. Cause it's always a grind out there. This is nice talk.
What Ben say? Taliban. All that.
Are we on air?
Free Ben.
We on air. We gonna pull up some.
Since we have technical difficulties with the music, I'm gonna go ahead and bring y'all nice talk real quick. This is what I do on a regular basis. I just like to bring the positive energy, a positive flow of good vibes everywhere I go. And that's basically how I move. So if you ain't moving in the same direction, then please get out the way because you might get ran over. This is how things happen on a regular basis. Now, listen here. If you ain't wake up with the mentality to be great, I don't know what you're doing with your life. God gave you the day. He gave you the opportunity to do something better than you did yesterday. Now, you can either take that and move forward, or you can just leave that and get left behind. I'm thinking moving forward is the best movement for me and the team that I'm with. And if you ain't moving forward, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to be in your vicinity. And it's not nothing against you. I would say, hey, I love you. I appreciate you, and I'll chuck the deuce. But hey, I got things to do today.
He made me want to preach. So.
Yo, this is real talk. This is nice talk right now.
Nice
you know
talk.
I love people. I love everybody, man. I don't have any type of hate or I don't harness any hate in my heart for anybody. But I do understand bad energy. I do understand that some people ain't good for you, and if they ain't good for you, there's something that you just gotta do.
Boy, y'all done got my boy in the snapping.
There's something you gotta do, man. You gotta move the heck on. You gotta continue to push on with what you do, and don't let nobody's energy dictate how you move.
Push on.
Get off the couch, right? Make the call right now.
Facts.
Right now.
Facts. This is nice talk. It ain't nothing but nice things going on right now, man. It's a Glow gang. It's Taliban, man. It's London Heffner. It's Mo Banz, man. It's Thomas Tang. Y'all better stop playing. This is Northside Unplugged. You know what it is. You know what we about.
It's Northside Plug, not Unplugged.
Plug. Unplugged. We plug.
Y'all talking about plug. Y'all don't want to talk about plug. Hey, Mo, what you do?
About to get unplugged though.
What's up? Oh, that's you do for us to jump on?
Yeah.
Okay, let me talk.
You got it.
Let me talk to him. Of course.
Please do.
Talk to him. What we do? Hey, Q4. 2-0 on this radio show. This my second time sliding. Last time I cussed, this time nah. We here with it. Yeah. We cool before I shoot you in the air with it. Just listen with that mug. Yeah. Listen with that mug before you lose. Listen. Pull your girl close before you lose. Cause me, I'm a chosen. Taliban or die, not a loser. It's me and my boy T in a hoochie. Yeah, shoot a movie. Shoot this whole clip like a movie. I just know the blunt and I got groovy. I don't know if I can say blunt, but I do what I want anyway. They like, do he just do him? Yeah, I do me, I don't do them, or who them? Who is them? I need two of them. What is them? Send it through then. On the plug. What to do then? Yeah. If you need some drugs, hit the number then. Don't add a 2, don't add a 1, don't add a 911 to this. Or I'ma add a gun to this. I am daughter, should've added a son to this. And my girl gets scared when I talk like that, but I'm the reason why she walk like that. Hey, listen. I talk to these people, I get real with these people. Sometimes I see no evil. Turn on this beat and I just get even maneuver. What beat is this? It sound old, but it's new. Me and my crew, the sky red. I thought it was blue, but it ain't. Why they steady lying on TV?
Yeah, that's why they steady lying on me. All they sleep. Hold on. Yeah, had to censor myself, had to bring that back, had to get rid of myself. All these dirty words, all these girls looking like some dirty birds. Yeah, looking like a dirty bird. Like a dirty bird. Hold on. We can do whatever. Yeah. I got you, for real.
This is a Taliban.
I don't even know that I got you, but I know that I got you.
Yeah, that's the one. We got
This is the Taliban thing.
I try to warn. I try to warn. I had to throw that girl back. Try to warn. Yeah, feeling good LA. Yeah, fit like LA. Yeah. And I wanted pence a day. Tell them pence a day. I'm not spending over $20. And you know me, I don't give a what? Why I hold my pistol up if people give me some pins for $15. Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact. I ain't rich, I ain't finna no racks and no pins. I got pins in the bag, cause the girl love me for my jeans, and that's a fact. That's a fact, yeah, that is that. Check the scope, check the T, check the stat, that's a rack, yeah. That's a rack, tell me that. You can't even look at me and say that's a rat. Nah, facts. I looked up in the street, I seen a rat. I was at Chipotle, I seen a rat. Do not go Portillo's after 3 o'clock. Them kids do not be eating the I'm finna tell the truth. Do not go to Portillo's after 2. Hey, these kids be getting out of school and they do not follow rules. That beef ain't cooked. Tell the truth. That beef ain't cooked, dude. Yeah, try me, I will cook you. Used to serve you expo. Yeah, serve you next though. Yeah, I can serve you next though. Cheating nigga, I'm sorry, but this is my neck though. It ain't in my neck though. That's a fact. You can go and get the check though.
How much of this beat left though? How much of this beat left though? Ain't none.
Put it on my son and
3, 2, 1, then I'm done, gang. You see how I turned it?
Run it back. Taliban gang in the building.
Or get a different beat. I want a different beat.
I can do whatever.
Different beat. What?
Thomas Tang, Mo Banz.
Hold on, I'm finna bring y'all to my college. So this is what we be doing. Hold on.
Easy.
Yeah, y'all in the world now. For real.
Space. It sounded like Halloween up in here.
I'm in the front seat. Yeah. I'm driving. Got this girl in the back seat wildin'. Yeah, I'm in the front seat stylin'. Hop up out the car and these girls be smiling cause I'm nice. Like my brother to the right and I'm nice. Like my brother all day, all night. Got Banz, got cool. Where's they at? Oh wait, he right here. What's up, bros? What up? I'm hiding.
but you know me. Hold on. I can admit it like you know me. That mean I can't leave nothing left for like Kobe. Gotta get 60, and it's still on me. And these Audi boots, I wish I could cuss, but I cannot cuss. I wish I could buzz, but I cannot buzz. Can I bring my guns? Can I bring my funds? Huh? Can I bring my funds? Strip a girl with me, like, can I bring my ones? Yeah. Do not step on these ones, though. Yeah. You might go and get some turtle.
And I sip slow, got me moving like a turtle. Strapped up, I need 2 of those. Urkel, girl, what I took her to the Mercury. Honey searching me. Hey, she want me, but she deserving me. Point me to something that's hurting me.
She urging me.
And I'ma smoke this mother earth.
Smoking strong. Call that Hercules. Yeah, smoking long. What? You can't perk with me. Can't hurt me. I'm way too high, said it twice, and I'm in the city so nice. They do it right, these lights looking so bright. I'm so high, tell this other guy, yeah. I could pass it to this other guy, but we in 2 different worlds. Pass it to another sky.
Hey, I'm so high, I'm in another sky. Sometimes I get so much money, I just get another fly. Sometimes I look at my homie, I'm like, I should've won other guys.
Right.
Sometimes I look at my girl, I like, I'm cream pies. It don't matter what I said, I got that flow. I'm higher than the city, you on the flow. I've been getting money and they broke.
Hold on, bro, we gotta make some room for Gino.
Who?
They was rockin' with G. I'ma roll a big B. Hey, no, I ain't finished. No business on the side. I'm addicted, yeah. I'ma shake the Richter, We ain't playing Northside.
Ain't playing.
Earthquake in
just
piece,
these no high.
I swear Taliban is Gino. Yeah, I'm rapping.
Yeah.
Keep it going, Justice.
Rapping with Gino.
They gonna keep it going too.
Finna make some C-No.
Like.
Ask my wife, so successful. With Tita. With Tita. I'm on streets like I'm Tita. Yeah. Like that. Feeling like Mike, but I'm Tita. Yeah. I'm Tita. Feeling alright, that's just Tita. That's me, bro. That's my steel. Tita. Take the girl back, I don't need her. No. Hey, stay, that's a Tita. In a rough, I'm a diamond, baby. I am so tougher than some hell. Tougher than Nigeria. Do not play with Tang. That was I can teach you how to game. Take your ass too serious. And I'm musical radio shows. What a series.
Feel like Serious Jones, tell them leave me alone. They give me the song, why they give me the song? Hey, let me get up my phone. Yeah, I hop in traffic and I'm gripping the car. Told them run up on me, I'ma give them gone. Doing annoying with the drugs like Russell. Then I'm doing the choice, gave you a choice. You can't cry, you can't snitch, cause I gave you a choice. And you chose the wrong choice. Fork in the road, fork in the stove. I'ma eat regardless, fuck what you told. I'm sorry. Apologetic, I'm apologetic. And I told her automatic till I'm underground. And we underground. It's the underground Northside.
You tell my homie, it ain't no cussing that.
Let's do it.
You ain't even around. That brother talk. Excuse me, I probably can't even say that either. But don't get me started.
What? You can't say retired on the radio. Yes, you can. And if don't know nobody do it, dance with. Dance with. If can't nobody do it, then Banz can. Cause what is a retarded boy gonna do to me? Who is you to me, boy? You can't beat two of me. Run up on me.
What did he say? Hey, we blessed.
Hey, check it.
We blessed.
It's a freestyle. This is just freestyle. This a G style. Yeah. This a T style. Banz style. We gon' go wild. Once I play, this is after show. Hey, yeah. Get money, yeah, I'm getting more. Banz, getting more fans. Yeah, they going from hands. They gon' chant my name. Ain't here for the fans. Big gang, yeah. Bring up the chains. Yeah. Same coming from, yeah. They like his stains. Hey. Never was a lame. Don't mistake them glasses. I was getting high, ditching all my classes. Yeah, shorty rockin' with me for my fashion. Yeah, game, John Pass. Yeah, he rockin' with me, so now how I'm backing. This is Northside shots, I'm stacking. Never lacking, never trying to blow me down. Toes down, never seen me with a frown. All jokes aside, ain't coolin' with no pounds. Toes down, never seen it toes down. Yeah, we 10 toes down. I could make a hit right here, right now. Stop playing before we get to spread. Get to land, hey, put the F in there, with the F in there. I could do so many, man. I take down so many, man. I used to have so many friends, now I just hop out many bands. I do this in my sleep like I'm off Banz. If you don't know nobody, you better know Banz. If I built the city, I might call it Banland. Hey, with the plan, man. I'ma get some money on my own. I told my daughter I'ma get this money till I'm gone. Hey, send your girl to Cottage Grove. Hey, I ain't got it going as a stove. Why? Told my sirs, treat me like a stove. I can't take no shots. You won't try Nike, don't try me, bro. I'm gonna get this money till I'm gone. That's what I told him. I'ma tell him twice. It's just me and Nyce. It's me, London and Nyce. Got a sis in the Sprite. I got too many women tonight. Hey, hit me up on Friday.
Anybody up for R&B?
Bump that ish.
R&B?
Bump that ish.
Everything.
London, where you at?
Someone give us some headphones.
You know we got London on the track. She in the cut.
She in the cut.
That's how this go.
What you doing, man?
What's up, young? What's doing?
Look, don't try. Don't try me. I ain't even know you shouldn't try me, but don't try me. No, don't try me. Sick and get grimy. See you crying. Wipe your nose, girl. Boy, get slimy. But I'm not climbing. No less. It's not time. Say that for the letter. Get paid. Gotta get paid. No, I can't lay. Gotta get the cake. Gotta get my weight up 150 pounds. Say I'm too dope, 150 pounds. Hey, let's come around. Hey, I just did 150 pounds. I just did 150 pounds. Run up, then I'm coming down. 150 pounds. I just did 150 pounds. How about with 150 rounds? You know I'm about to gun it down. Told her if she wants something out of me, she gon' have to wait. Cause I gave it to the game, and the game told me they need all that it takes. So you gon' have to wait. No skateboard, you gotta skate. I'ma hop on this jet, I'ma hop on this bike. If I get the girl wet, I'ma give it her tonight. Got my brother on black, he white. He got on the red and blue jacket to my right, yeah. If I got an F and N, it's on my right, yeah. Hey, I ain't got no glasses, he got all that sight. Hey, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Oh man, shit.
All right. Me and Gino did.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, boy. You know, me and Gino been knowing each other since birth.
Go way back like 4 flats.
Since this earth was earth. Can't be me, I know. No tears from yours. Baby, smoke is dope. Got that, hit it though. Got that, take it though. Knock back, yeah. Now you knock back. Where she at? She all in my head, all in my bed, and under her dreams. And she under his wheel. That's her name, and she got my teeth to the name.
Especially with my time, yeah, she wakes up at 5. I'm working so hard, I'm saying that I tried. Open my mind, yeah, man, I try. But nah, yeah, hustling for my kid. Show you we don't win, I ain't trying to go shit. Yeah, my hands talking, yeah, that's me. They was like, man, how you do this day? They was trying to put me on that detail. She know that detail. I just put 3 L's. They was like, damn,
what? 3 L's. 3 lots to get 3 shits.
Seashore, by the seashore. She sells seashells by the month. Seashore, boy.
Ain't nothing hard to say with us. Don't get your tongue twist.
Tongue twister.
Don't get your tongue twist.
What's up?
Gotta let me shine like sun.
Mo Banz back.
I'ma get it up, don't want this.
I'm back. What up? What up? What this beat gonna do? I'ma do something with it.
I got you. Whatever this beat do, I'ma go with it. Whatever this beat do, I'ma go with it. I thought you was on New York, you on that Cleveland. But it's cool cause I'm a Beatles. I'm a LeBron fan, I know how to handle bleeding. I know how to handle believe. I know how to turn them to believers. Hey, I'm smoking dope and it's seamless. I don't know if I can say dope, but I said it for no reason. I don't need a reason. In this holiday, I don't need a season. Give my daughter anything, don't need a Christmas or nothing. I don't need a wish list or nothing. I spit these clips, Joe Buddy. I could put you with your cousin and
ship y'all off like cheaper by the dozen. Ship y'all off like a dozen of eggs. Hold on. Get one in the head, I got one in the bed. I got a whole lot of lead, I get a whole lot of bread. That's what I said. You heard what I told you. Forget what I said, cause I'm on to a new thing. I got free bands effect and it's a whole new game. Whole new name. Whole new flame. Whole new game. Smelling like cocaine, smelling like Rogaine. Oh, snap and switched it up like cocaine. But it's cool cause I'm in here like some alcohol. I'm a burn, just like some basketball. Which court is y'all playing basketball? That this Megan is attacking y'all, but I ain't macking nah. Ask my dog, just ask my dog. He'll tell you I have windows to the wall full of O's. That's how it sound when that 30 just blow. Cause I'ma use a silencer, killers don't talk. I'ma drop in his cock, killers don't walk. Uber to the nail him to the cross. Still be a boss, I'ma die a boss. Thank you everybody for tuning in today. Back next week. Thank you for our special guests, Nyce, Landry, London Heffner, Thomas, Mo Banz, Thomas Tang, Taliban Gang. Thank y'all for having us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you all for tuning in. As always, make sure you follow. Hey, anyone post promote your social medias real quick before we sign off. Promote your social medias for the people.
Thomas Tang _ on Instagram, Thomas Tang on Facebook. Anyway, you want to Google Thomas Tang, that's where I'm at.
It's Nyce Landry, NYCE LANDRY, Nyce Landry everywhere you look. You feel me?
Catch me London _Heffner. All social media London _Heffner. That's Heffner with 2 F's.
You find me on anything, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that. Banz, MOEBANZ, Apple Music, everything. Same thing.
Yes, sir.
Word. Well, we thank all of them for coming in again. What a great show we had. When we're almost at midnight. We haven't gone to midnight yet. We're
breaking records.
Yeah, that was awesome. Thank you all for tuning in as always. We'll be back next week. I think we got Clark Street coming in, right?
We got Clark Street
Collective coming back from our original show. We're gonna have a great time with them next week. Thank you to all these wonderful people.
Appreciate
y'all.
Appreciate y'all for having us.
As we tell everybody that comes on the show, y'all part of the family. You feel me? We got a lot coming, especially 2020 moving forward. So just stay in tune with us. We're gonna be staying in tune with you.
Absolutely.
And we're here making big moves as y'all are. So we all coming over here trying to build up the community.
Me and my business partner.
So you trying to steal my child too, bro?
Yes, sir. And it's doing 11. 20%.
Talk about we found me. You want to know?
What's right? Look, me and my boy Tuki, man, we putting something together. Might even be here at Q4. I would definitely like to loop y'all in, bring y'all into what we do too as well, because we throw events around Chicago too as well.
We'll be excited. We'll be anticipating that, and we'll be anticipating more from all of you guys very soon. So thank you everyone for tuning in. As always, make sure you follow us. Make sure you share these videos as always. Make sure you check out Q4 Radio, as the wonderful people here always treat us well.
Shout out to Johnny.
Shout out to John. Shout out
Urban.
Shout out Irvin. Shout out everyone else coming in here and working and grinding. And that's our show. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you all.
Go gang.
One love. Thank you. Love you guys.